You need to know that this is also a Mercedes commercial van sales and service center. That's right. Mercedes-Benz vans, they are rugged. They'll haul anything you can put in them. And best of all, buying a Mercedes Sprinter van for work qualifies you for very generous tax breaks. I mean, who doesn't love a tax break, right? Well, 2023 Sprinters are available at rates as low as 4.9% APR. Mercedes-Benz of Stockton, I'm telling you, you got to see their beautiful new showroom also. It's where I got my EQS. And I tell everybody I know that if you're going to roll in a Mercedes-Benz, get it from my good friends in Stockton. It's just a short drive right off the 5, a half hour from Sac, right at the 8 Mile Road exit. So head there right now or go online at mbfstockton.com.
Hi, I'm Henry Winkler. My eyes are very important to me. My eyes connect me with everything I love. I loved my late father-in-law dearly. He always lit up a room, but his vision dimmed with age. He had age-related macular degeneration, or AMD. And since partnering with Apellis, I've learned there's an advanced form of dry AMD called geographic atrophy, or GA. His struggle with vision loss made me want to help others know about GA's warning signs. For some, colors appear dull or washed out. For others, hazy or blurred vision make it hard to see details, like fine print on price tags. Many have trouble seeing in the dark, making driving at night difficult. GA gets worse over time and cannot be reversed. If you think you have GA, don't wait. Treatments are available. Ask a retina specialist about FDA-approved treatments for GA and go to GAWon'tWait.com.
Power Business Technology is proud to be 100% independent, locally owned, and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a 2022 Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at powercopiers.com.
Contact Tax Relief Helpers for details and restrictions. Attention anyone that owes money to the IRS. The IRS has restarted aggressive enforcement actions against taxpayers who owe back taxes that were temporarily suspended for COVID. If you owe $10,000 or more, you must hear this, because now is the time to clear your IRS tax debt. A special toll-free number has been established so you can stop penalty fees, avoid liens, levies, and other hostile measures by the IRS. Call Tax Relief Helpers right now at 800-934-9217. Tax Relief Helpers will provide you with the maximum protection afforded by law.
I got behind on my taxes and owed $48,000. I didn't know what to do. I called and they got my bill lowered to just $3,500.
I owed $87,000 in taxes, and it was scary. I got the amount I owed down to just $3,500. I saved $83,500.
If you owe money to the IRS, don't wait another day. Call 800-934-9217 right now before the IRS enforces liens, levies, and other aggressive measures. The call and consult are absolutely free. Call now. Call 800-934-9217. 800-934-9217. 800-934-9217.
You've been waiting all winter for the snow to melt and the golf course to awaken. It's time for your long-awaited spring golf getaway to Plumas Pines Golf Resort in beautiful Gray Eagle, California. The timing is perfect to take advantage of Plumas Pines Spring Special. You can walk the course for $75 or ride for $90, available 7 days a week through May 23rd. Beneath towering pines adjacent to the Feather River, Plumas Pines Golf Resort offers a spectacular round of mountain golf. You'll love the grandeur of the Sierra, the calmness of Gray Eagle, and the wonderful test of golf at Plumas Pines with spring special rates of $75 to walk and $90 to ride 7 days a week until May 23rd. Make your reservation at plumaspinesgolf.com. Whether you visit for the day or stay a few days, Plumas Pines Golf Resort will make your play memorable. Visit plumaspinesgolf.com and make your tee time reservations for the spring special rates available 7 days a week. That's plumaspinesgolf.com.
KHTKAM Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento.
Tape it on the local level. Live and local, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios. Sactown Sports. Feeding your passion for local sports in the afternoon. It's the Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Kyle Draper on your radio at 1140 a.m.
Streaming audio at SactownSports.com and the Sactown Sports app.
You can also watch the show on YouTube at Sactown Sports 1140. Here are the Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Kyle Draper.
Thank you for being with us today. We're all in this together. Jay keeping us on the air. Got Drapes in San Francisco. Get ready for his TV duties. And Drapes, how many times this year have you and I before a Kings game, how many times have we said, well, you know what? It's like a must-win game. Maybe it's only January, but it's like a must-win game. Oh, they got to win tonight. It's only March, but it's a must-win game. Well, a few games left. Well, tonight, this is it. Second time this week. How you feeling?
I'm feeling great. I'm feeling like we can shock the world tonight, if you will. I see my guy Jay behind the boards has already got his game face on with the music and everything. We coming down to New Orleans and taking over. So I'm feeling great, man. It's optimism. Even down here in the NBC Sports building, there's a buzz. People are wearing Kings jerseys.
Really?
I've never seen that. I'm like, what? People are actually wearing Kings jerseys here in San Francisco. We about to represent for Northern California tonight.
Mm-hmm. Well, a couple days ago, when we found out that Zion was out, Jay and I got really excited, right? And you said, hey, hold on, guys. You were trying to be, pragmatic. Well, how about this? Draymond Green says on his podcast, quote, without Zion, I think the Kings should win that pretty easily. No game at that magnitude is ever easy. Kings beat us pretty easily. I'm sure they didn't feel like it was easy. It's Max Everett. So take what I say with a grain of salt. But I think the Kings go in. They have the experience. They came on the road here last year during the playoffs, won a game. They have the experience. I think they go and win that game.
Sacramento, where you at?
Easily. They win that game easily.
Hopefully he's not the Charles Barkley, the new incarnation of Charles Barkley. But I'm glad Draymond said that, because as much as we hate the Warriors, we don't like them. We understand that. This is for Northern California here. We're trying to represent here. We need Warriors fans on our side tonight. We need Lakers fans. All right, maybe not Lakers fans, but we need Warriors fans on our side tonight because we're representing for Northern California.
Yeah, and Draymond makes, not only does he just give his opinion, he makes, as he's capable of doing, some really cogent basketball points. He says if the Kings defense is flying around the way it was flying around against us, no Zion, that's Zion's 24 points that he averages on the floor, but that's like 50 to 55 points with his impact with people shrinking and them getting threes and the pressure he puts on the rim. The defense is collapsing and you get a swing. That's a huge loss. And they're not going to be able to overcome that in Draymond Green's opinion. Let's go. Let's start the game now.
We're starting this show.
Let's go.
I don't know whether to feel excited and happy about that or not. Like, if Steph Curry said that, I'd be like, okay, Steph, but it's Draymond Green, man. How many times has he been wrong in his life, with his takes and everything? But, hey, man, I hope it comes to fruition. I like his positivity, and that's the key, Whitey. He said if the Kings play like they did the other night against the Warriors, that's the mindset they got to have tonight out there against this Pelicans team. And I listened to some of the shoot-around audio today and from Domas and some of the guys, and they sound like they have the right mindset going into tonight's game.
Mm-hmm. That's all you can hope for. The cool thing about what Draymond said, and of course you're right, it's like it's Draymond Green. What does he know? Even he said, take it with a grain of salt. But the things that he used to explain his feelings, those make sense. And if you're a Kings fan and you're looking at this series and you're obviously aware of the fact that, boy, they've beaten the Kings like a drum this year. But for Draymond to say, okay, yeah, but Zion being out, that's his points plus, it affects their entire offense. It just gives you, even if you're a real pessimistic Kings fan, which Kings fans have learned to be over the years in some cases, that gives you a real little boost of, wow, yeah, there's a great chance. A lot of the things that applied to the past games don't apply to this game necessarily. So that's good.
Yeah, and the fact that, let's be honest, Kings fans, no excuses tonight. Like,
right.
They're down without Zion. They've beaten you 5 times. If they come out and win, it would leave a bad taste in my mouth if the Pelicans got this. And so they have to go down there thinking no excuses, as they take on a shorthanded Pelicans team. And you mentioned it too. Brandon Ingram's banged up, even though he's not listed on the injury report. Alvarado suffered a little tweak the other day against the Lakers. And so I just feel like the Kings have the momentum going into this game.
Mm-hmm.
You look at the Pelicans having lost 6 in a row at home. Not a tremendous home court advantage, maybe not an advantage at all. They're better on the road than at home. And so I think this is an opportunity. And let's not forget, the Kings have been better on the road than at home. They've had some of their best wins on the road at Minnesota, at Denver. And so can they go in there tonight and handle their business? That's why I'm optimistic about this Kings team tonight.
You're right, Kyle. No excuses. When Jay asked me for a song in a little bit, he always says, hey, what do you want to hear today? I'm going to ask for Alice in Chains, No Excuses, because you're absolutely right about that. Ingram looms as a big key because, as we know, you and I discussed it, Willie Green sat him down at the end of the Laker game because he wasn't effective. All reports indicate Brandon Ingram was not happy about that at all. But the official word is he showed up early yesterday for shoot around. He's ready to go, and they will probably need him to be the Brandon Ingram we all think we know to win tonight. However, as you know, Drapes, there was a game where Zion didn't play against the Kings. Ingram played, but he was more of a distributor. He didn't have a big night, and they still won that game. So this series and this matchup, it is hard to figure.
It is hard to figure. And, I look at what Brandon Ingram was able to accomplish against the Kings this season, close to 25 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. The thing that I don't like, he shot 56% from 3 against them. 53% overall. We got to defensively make life a little more difficult for the Pelicans. I feel like they've been able to get whatever they want and play free and play loose. We got to muck it up a little bit with them and make them earn their points because, and I go back to what Antonio Daniels said last week or a couple of weeks ago, and you brought it up yesterday. Got to get off to a good start against this Pelicans team because they already come in confident that they can beat you. If they get up 12, 14, 16, then they're playing loose and free. They're laughing and smiling and joking. It's hard to turn them off. And so we got to hit them first tonight.
Yeah, I don't know what you're thinking as far as the matchups. I thought it was pretty clear. The Kings will throw a lot of different looks at them. I figure, well, you got Keon on McCollum and you got Keegan on Ingram at least to start. But I'm hearing and I'm reading things about, Keon on Ingram, and I don't know about that. I mean, maybe a little bit. Yeah, but the point is, no matter who's guarding whom, it should be easier than it is without Zion out there. Because as we discussed yesterday, Zion puts pressure before the game even starts. Like the Kings' defense is already compromised because basically they don't have anybody who can guard him. And you don't have to worry about that tonight.
Yeah, and he's the unmatchable guy. Like Brandon Ingram, with the 7'3" wingspan that he has, is tough to guard, obviously. That's why I wouldn't put Keon Ellis on it. I think Keegan Murray has to get the assignment. Or they may go Harrison Barnes. I necessarily don't like that. I'd rather it be Keegan Murray. I think Keon Ellis should be on CJ McCollum, as far as I'm concerned. That's to me, that's clear as day, right? And so I think that's the matchup. But without Zion, Zion's like the human cheat code. Think about this, Whitey. The Lakers had LeBron James. 6'9", 260, whatever it is. He still dropped 40 on them. We don't have anybody like that can body up a Zion, that can stay in front of a Zion, that could deal with his physicality and his muscle. And so the fact that he's out, that's a big, big disadvantage for the Pelicans. And so you're right. And let me also add, not only does it help take away others, CJ and Brandon Ingram, you can help out a little bit more, but it saves you on the other end offensively because you're not working as hard defensively with that load known as Zion Williamson.
Sounds like you went on the wagon with me and Jay. The winning wagon.
Dude, they sign my checks. I'm always on the wagon with the Kings. I never doubted the Kings. I'm just not going to be waving my rally towels and booking my flight to OKC until the game is over.
That first game, by the way, would be Sunday, and then the next game would be Wednesday. But, getting ahead of ourselves a little bit.
You're not looking ahead at all.
First game in Sac would be a week from tomorrow. But hey, come on, let's slow down here a little bit. As many big games as you've seen and broadcast for us, how much of a game like tonight comes down to you got to execute, you got to play well, and how much of it is just having the right frame of mind, in your opinion, coming into the game?
Yeah, I think when a team has beaten you 5 times, frame of mind is important. Like, you got to go in there with the belief you can win. You got to go in there ready to embrace the moment, ready to take on the challenge. You have to go on there with a chip on your shoulder and say, you know what? Enough is enough. I'm not going to let this happen anymore. And so I do think the Kings having the right frame of mind is important, because if you're scared, if you're down in the dumps, oh man, we got to play these guys again, you've already lost the game. And so I do think the mental aspect is important. But also, when you look at what happened the other night against the Warriors, the Kings had the right mental approach, but they also executed as well. And so I think both, at this level, Whitey, this stage of the season, you got to have both. You're not just going, somebody's not going to just give you a game or anything like that. And especially a do or die situation, even an 8 to 10 point Kings lead is not safe right now. This has to be another full 48 like we saw the other night.
I'd like to think that the Kings as a team are maturing in this respect. As you say, you have to have the right frame of mind. Sometimes in big games, a younger team or a team that's not as experienced in those games, sometimes they can get so focused on the emotion and effort that it makes it more difficult. It distracts you from the focus you need to execute. And against the Warriors, the Kings had both. They came with the right intensity and they executed. They were able to focus. And I'd like to think they found something in that regard after everything they've been through this year, everything they went through last year in the postseason. So fingers crossed on that. Bottom of the hour, Ian Eagle, who has a call tonight for TNT, he's going to join us. And we're coming right back at you today with Drape's Takes. Next with the Drive Guys on Sactown Sports.
The New Orleans Pelicans have absolutely owned the Sacramento Kings this season. Sacramento seeking its first win against New Orleans and needs it or their season comes to an end. A loss and it's over. A win and they are the 8th seed and headed to OKC.
The rebound grabbed by Sabonis, hammers it back off the bounce. Another offensive rebound and another 2 points. The Kings have their biggest lead of the ballgame.
Get all the exciting play-by-play action starting at 6:30 Friday night on Sactown Sports.
For a precision-crafted performance, the decision is easy. A new Acura from Acura of Stockton. Get the driving experience you've been waiting for in a new Acura. Get the best selection and customer service you deserve from Acura of Stockton. Shop in person or use our online express store at AcuraofStockton.com. Acura of Stockton will buy your trade, even if you don't buy from us. Don't settle for less than precision-crafted performance of a new Acura from Acura of Stockton and AcuraofStockton.com.
At Ashton & Price, we get injury victims to yes. Experience, yes. Ashton & Price has been around for over 25 years. No more insurance companies? Yes. Our clients focus on getting better, and we handle all the rest. Results? Yes. We've collected over $100 million for injury victims. No fee until we win? Yes. Our clients pay nothing until we win. Ashton & Price, the best at getting to yes. Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
The Drive Guys, live and local, every afternoon, Monday through Friday on Sactown Sports.
Kings win tonight. They are in the postseason. Isn't that tremendous? Especially after all we've been through this year and all the doubting that I'll just speak for myself. All the doubting I know I've done. I thought, once they didn't get anything done at the deadline, I thought that's playing team. And yeah, playing team. But right now, they're on the verge of being the playoff team. Kyle Draper in San Francisco. How about this, Drapes? Before we get to Drape's Takes in just a second, Davion Mitchell said of the Pelicans, he said, quote, in the regular season, they kept beating us. They kind of just had our number and were talking trash the whole time. So we're looking forward to it.
I love that. I love that Davion and Keon and all those guys are aware of that. Like, now you got to go out and do something about it. Whitey, we've been saying that. The Pelicans are laughing, talking trash. Willie Green's making, enough is enough. We got to shut these guys up. And so when you talk about the mindset, that's why it's so important. Sure, we need the execution, but you got to have the right mindset. Like, they should be pissed off right now at the Pelicans. Anytime a team beats you 5-0, that's one thing. But the way they've done it and the way they've conducted their business, guys laughing and joking, that doesn't sit well with me. And so this is a pride matchup tonight for our Sacramento Kings.
So what's Drape's frame of mind right now? Let's find out. It's time for Drape's Takes.
Calm down, Lion. Calm down. Take it easy, man. Just take it easy.
Kings fans, it's your boy Drape. So I'm going to start off with the message to the players, to the organization, to the ownership, to the front office staff, to the cheerleaders, to everybody involved with the Sacramento Kings. Tonight will make or break our season. I think tonight's game will decide whether or not we consider this a successful season. And so do you want to go into the offseason, Whitey, thinking about the what ifs? Man, I wish Monte McNair would have made some trades at the trade deadline. I wish Mike Brown would have used this guy a little earlier. I wish Monte McNair would have signed somebody else or made some trade. No, leave all that behind. Come out, win tonight. And no matter what happens the next round, Whitey, you can enjoy an offseason knowing that you are trending in the right direction. I hate to say this, and maybe this is too much hyperbole. Maybe it's frustrated Drapes, anxious Drapes coming out right now, Whitey. But if they don't win tonight, could it be a lost season? You know what I mean? Like, because we're supposed to be building on what happened last season, and to miss the playoffs, basically you become Trae Young in the Atlanta Hawks.
Yep.
We don't want that. We want to be firmly in the playoffs year in and year out. Next year, going into next year, we want to be the team that everybody says, watch out for the Kings. They're going to make a major move up the standings. If we miss the playoffs, we're not going to have that kind of belief in us going into the season. And so we got to win this game tonight.
Yeah, win tonight validates the whole season for not just the team and the coaches, for the organization. You win tonight, it's like, wow, there you go. You're on track. You lose tonight, and it's a whole different question.
Yeah, you're right. And CK916 corrected me. The Kings don't have cheerleaders anymore. You're right. The dance team I'm talking about. I'm talking about the dance teams right now. All right, my second Drape's take has to do with the number 4 overall pick. I'm looking at you, Keegan Murray. I know you're in the hotel room right now watching Sactown Sports on the YouTube chat. Keegan Murray, guys, tonight is going to be the key to this game. And let me tell you why. De'Aaron Fox is going to have his hands full with Herb Jones. Domantas Sabonis is going to be wrestling with Valanciunas. But Keegan Murray, to me, is the guy that can exploit his matchup. Whether he's guarded by Brandon Ingram, whether he's guarded by Trey Murphy, those guys are long, athletic guys, but they aren't lockdown defenders. And so I think Keegan Murray has the opportunity to actually have 25 or more points tonight. He has to grab the bull by its horns, seize the day. What do they say? Carpe diem, Keegan Murray. Tonight is your night. Because if we're looking for De'Aaron Fox to go out there and get 40, it is possible, but that's a lot of work we're asking him. I think the advantage we have tonight is at the Keegan Murray position.
These are the games that raise the profiles of players and raise the status of players. And I can remember in the past, Kings facing games like this where they were getting ready to play an elimination game, Shaq and Kobe or Kevin Garnett. And now you got the Pelicans and they don't have Zion. So, I know this Kings team isn't as good as the C-Web teams, but to your point, Keegan, De'Aaron Fox, Domas, it's their night to show, you know what? We belong. You're not as good as we are, and they got to show them that and prove it tonight.
Yeah, exactly. Here's my final take. There's one guy I don't want to hear nothing from tonight. I don't want him tweeting after the game. I don't want him doing any post-game interviews. I don't want him putting his ear up to the crowd. I don't want him getting any steals. Jose Alvarado cannot have an impact on this game, Whitey. He is a thorn in our side. He's a pest. He's an agitator. We got to put this guy in his place tonight. One thing he does, he lurks in the backcourt, hides in the corner, and then comes and gets the steal. We have to nullify that guy because I believe when you look at this Pelicans team, Alvarado is the heart and soul of this team. He had 4 threes the last time we played. He had a major impact. We got to limit this guy. I know they're without Zion. I know they got some stars in CJ and Brandon Ingram, but Jose Alvarado is the guy that actually ignites the crowd. gets them fired up, especially without Zion out there tonight.
Yeah, it was one of the games this year between the two teams, third or fourth game, I think, and it was here, and De'Aaron Fox got his pocket picked by Alvarado. I've never been so that was my most frustrating moment of the whole year because, hello, that's what he does. De'Aaron, how could you forget that? So, yeah, you're absolutely right. He can have a nice, 3 points tonight and 2 assists. Be like, all right, yeah.
Has 3 or 4 steals, and it goes back to the mental part that you just talked about earlier. You know that's what Jose Alvarado does. That's on the scouting report. The coaches talk about it. And if you allow him to do that, that means you lost focus out there. You cannot lose focus out there tonight if you're the Sacramento Kings. Can I give a bonus Drapes take? Because
what do you think, Jay?
Get in there. Get it in there. Get out. Let me say this real quick before the Drapes take. Tony G, the Pelicans radio guy, was on the morning show today, and he said Alvarado's being held together with glue and tape, man.
Really?
Like he's not coming in 100% healthy. All
right.
Just saying.
Hey, we need to rip that duct tape off him then.
Yes, we do.
What I mean? We need to pull him apart. Alvarado should not have an impact. And I want to say something about my guy, Mike Brown. Mike, this is a message to him. Please don't use your challenge in the first 30 seconds. Don't use your challenge in the first, unless you're damn sure you're going to get it right. When he did that the other night against the Warriors, I'm like, no, Mike, what are you doing? He was right. He got it right, Whitey, but in an elimination game, you got to be 100% sure, Mike Brown. Mike, you got to be on point tonight. I'm talking with the challenges. I'm talking with the timeouts. I'm talking with the substitutions as well. He has to hit all the right buttons tonight, Whitey.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm going to be interested to see about the defensive rotations, how quickly they move away from something if it's not working, how often they shake things up a little bit tonight.
Yeah, and you know, the one guy I'm worried about, Brandon Ingram. You know, Alvarado, I talked about him. But how do we defend Brandon Ingram? That's going to be key tonight. Is it Keegan Murray? Is it Harrison Barnes? Are we running a double at him? Are we playing some zone? Like defensively, what are we going to do against a guy like Brandon Ingram, who has struggled since coming back? We know that. But he has the potential to go off for 30 to 40 very easily against us, especially that elbow jumper. We got to nullify that tonight.
Yeah, you're right. But last couple games, he couldn't buy a basket if he found the wallet you lost at Hermosa Beach and found your credit card. You know, he's really struggling the last couple of nights. So hopefully the struggles continue.
Don't disrespect Brandon Ingram like that. He's listening to this show right now in the French Quarter in New Orleans, getting ready for this game. Don't disrespect him. That's Drapes Takes. It's brought to you by Alsco Uniforms. Discover why it pays to keep clean with Alsco Uniforms.
The Kings just got to rise to the occasion tonight, as the greats do, as apparently, according to our scouting report here on the YouTube chat, so apparently Kyle Draper did last night. I have reports that you scored 11 points last night, Drapes. Is that true?
No, that is false.
That's what Campio said, and I thought he knew what he was talking about.
Come on, don't trust him, White. Don't fall for the banana in the tailpipe.
Yeah, Campio, come on, man. Campio,
well, that's good. I mean, that would be really good.
Basement right now. Yeah. Campio ain't seeing the light of day, checking out no real basketball. He ain't coming out there watching me put in work. I had a rough outing yesterday.
Okay.
Let me just say that. It was rough. It was. You know what? I probably finished. I only had 6 points. First of all, fellas, I was
that
like
ain't bad.
The jumper was not falling last night, but I had like 6 assists, 5 or 6 assists, 6 rebounds. You know, I was on triple-double watch for most of that game.
Stat stuffer. Triple-double watch.
Triple-double. Well, how about, did you get the W?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well,
yeah. Oh, come on. Come on, man. I only played a win. We almost lost, though. It was 73-72. We won in overtime. We should have beat those guys by 30. You know what it was? We were up like 30-16. Lollygagging, just feeling great. And then all of a sudden, the turnovers, the fouls, the missed shots, and the team came back. And at one point, they led 60-49. They went on a crazy run coming out of the halftime. But then we had to lock down and get back to how we played early on. And I will say, at the start of overtime, your boy was working the post like this, like bang, bang. They sent the double,
and I dished it like Magic Johnson, almost like magic like this. If you see it on the YouTube,
yeah,
like that, for my teammate for the layup to score the game's first overtime.
Left shoulder over the right shoulder. No look.
Yeah. I was like this, and he came, and I was like, bang, like that. So yeah, we got the W, man. We got.
Hey, like in the great words of Kevin Whitey Gleason, your offense will come around.
I will say this. I will say this, fellas, real quick. I was probably the oldest guy on our team. I'm 49 years old. I'm getting up there in age. And it's 2 22-minute halves. So 22-minute first half, 22-minute second.
Oh, man.
And of course I started, right? I got to be a starter. It was about 20 minutes and 36 seconds on the clock. I looked up and I'm like, oh my God, I haven't even been out here 2 minutes. Like, I was gassed. I got to get the conditioning up, fellas. Like, playing pickup ball versus playing an actual game, entirely different conditioning needed for that. So I need to work on that.
That makes what you did even more impressive, the fact that you were a little gassed last night. When we come back, we'll talk to the guys got the play-by-play on TNT tonight. The great Iron Eagle next with the Drive Guys on Sactown Sports.
Subscribe to Sactown Sports on YouTube and watch the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Stiles and Watkins, and the Drive Guys live Monday through Friday from 6 to 6. Plus view archive shows and exclusive content.
Subscribe at youtube.com/Sactown Sports.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Elk Grove Honda. I'm Dirk Verdorn in the KCRA3 Weather Center, and sunny skies this afternoon with temperatures warming up into the mid to low 80s. Expect to have a bit of a delta breeze by later on this evening to help cool things off nicely as we go through tonight. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA3 News and the KCRA3 app.
The 2024 Accord is once again a winner of the 2024 Car and Driver's 10 Best Cars, making Honda the winningest brand in Car and Driver Award history. Come drive it. We're Elk Grove Honda in the Elk Grove Auto Mall, Highway 99 at Elk Grove Boulevard.
I gotta get an Elk Grove Honda.
Country in the Park is back May 17th and 18th at Cal Expo with Brantley Gilbert, Dustin Lynch, Jay Cohen, Walker Hayes, and more. Tickets start at just $46. Country in the Park, May 17th and 18th at Cal Expo. For more information, visit CITPFest.com.
Brought to you by Tub Shed, New Dawn Treatment Centers, and Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. Have you made a mistake in your past that you want removed from your record? At the Gonzalez Law Office, we know that good people make mistakes. Restore your rights. Clear your record. Call us at 916-304-9187. That's 916-304-9187 or at saclegaldefense.com. Do you have a pending criminal case or injured in an accident? At the Gonzalez Law Office, we handle all criminal and injury cases. We don't settle for less, and neither should you. Call the Gonzalez Law Office at 916-304-9187 or visit us at saclegaldefense.com.
Want the best movie experience in town? Join Sactown Sports IMAX Pass by visiting SactownSports.com. Sign up today. You can win tickets to see this week's films at the Esquire IMAX Theater. At Fasteners Inc., we believe adding quality power tools to your lineup shouldn't break the bank. That's why we're hosting the biggest Milwaukee tool sale of the year in Sacramento. On top of insane deals on Milwaukee power tools, all Milwaukee pack-out storage boxes, hand tools, and tool accessories will be 25% off. So come on down on April 27th to the Milwaukee Tool Sanity Sale at Fasteners Inc. Tool Outlet on Power Inn Road in Sacramento. For more info, visit fastenersinc.net.
Guys, your testosterone level impacts your energy, drive, weight, hair loss, and even ED. Revive Men's Health Sacramento will check your T level for free. For your free T level check, exam, and consultation, call 916-277-8599 or visit revivemenshealth.com.
Spring savings continue at Folsom Lake Kia. Low payments, special offers, zero down deals on approval of credit. Shop your trusted Kia dealership for over 25 years and tell them DC sent you. FolsomLakeKia.com.
The Drive Guys powering your afternoons Monday through Friday on Sactown Sports.
Don't give it away. Give it away. Give it away tonight. Don't give it away. Take care of the basketball tonight. Kyle Draper is in San Francisco getting ready for his NBC Sports Bay Area California, pre- and post-game duties. Whitey Gleason here in our Sacramento studios. Our next guest has a call tonight on TNT, legendary play-by-play broadcaster. First of all, Ian Eagle, welcome to the show. Congrats on the Nets hiring of Jordy Fernandez. You're going to love him. And also, more importantly, congrats on the successful completion of your first season as a lead TV announcer for the NCAA men's tournament. How much did you enjoy that, Ian?
Oh, boy, it was an absolute blast. Guys, I've only had 2 hurricanes today, so I'm feeling very good, prepared, ready. I've walked the streets of New Orleans. I am lathered up and ready for this play in action, but much appreciated. Thank you for the kind words. And it was really enjoyable. I just had a lot of fun over the course of the weekend in Phoenix.
Great, Ian Eagle joining us. Ian, it's Kyle here. As you get ready for tonight's game between the Pelicans and the Kings, no Zion tonight. I'm sure you've spoken to the coaches and the players maybe already. What's the sense you get from the Pelican side of things about what's at stake for them tonight?
They're saying all the right things. The general feeling in the city is that the Zion absence definitely takes a real piece out of their hopes and whatever motivation that they had of being a real factor in the postseason this year. If they were to win this game, we know it would be a matchup against Oklahoma City, the number 1 seed in the Western Conference. Zion would probably not be a part of that series. They're looking at 2 weeks before they can do any imaging again. Hamstring issue, which he had a problem with last year, was the other leg. He missed the last 43 games of the season last year. I don't believe this is nearly as serious as what he went through a year ago, but it's tricky, as we know, when it comes to that particular injury. So, to a man, they're handling it the right way. Clearly, they've performed without him in the past. This particular year, he played 70 games and was playing the best basketball of his career. We saw it in that LA game, 40 points, 11 rebounds. They could not stop him. He was also very committed defensively against LeBron James. So it's a big hit, but you still want to make the playoffs. You still want to validate your season. So they're locked in trying to get that done, and then they'll worry about the next step once they get through this in their eyes.
Catching up with Ian Eagle on Sactown Sports. Quick 2-parter for you, Ian, if I may. 1, what percentage of NBA games now come down to, well, it depends who makes the most threes? And 2, isn't a beignet really just a glorified donut hole? I mean, come on.
Yeah. Let me take number 2 first, because it's very fresh in my mind. I grew up in New York. I grew up in Queens on the mean streets of Forest Hills, and we had a number of pizza places there. And in those pizza places, they had a delicacy called a Zeppeli, which was basically what you mentioned, Whitey, which is more or less a donut hole, and then they would pour some sugar on it.
Yeah.
And you would get a rush. You would feel it hit your bloodstream on the first bite. And that's more or less what a beignet is. I bought in when we started coming to New Orleans. I just automatically had this feeling like, all right, I've got to go get them. I got to go get the beignet. And then, I don't know, maybe the 5th year, the 6th year, the muscle memory of it, I was like, what am I doing? I'm just eating a donut hole. I can do that anytime. So I'm with you. I have not gone now in a number of years. So I'm glad we tackled number 2 first. Number 1, I have no recollection of what you asked on the front side.
3-pointers. How many games now these days? It just comes down to who throws in the most threes. Yeah.
I mean, look, you guys saw it firsthand, the 18 of 39 from 3-point range against Golden State, dominant performance by Sacramento. The fact of the matter is it's the name of the game, and that's how coaches view it. Most analytics people will tell you the same thing, that this is the way to win. New Orleans shot 9 of 30 from 3-point range against LA, and they lost 110-106. Now, they probably lost because Zion Williamson left the game with 3:13 to go. But it is part and parcel with success at this level. There are some teams that don't completely buy in, and I've noticed that they'll curtail some of that philosophy based on their personnel and based on maybe what's happening in the game. But there's no getting around it. We're in a new age in the NBA, and I don't see it changing. It's funny, during the NCAA tournament, a lot of questions in regards to Zach Edey and how he fits in and what team's going to give him a chance. And the reality is he doesn't fit with the modern NBA. But there might be a coach / GM / talent evaluator that says, you know what? Maybe it's time. Maybe it's time to try to see if there's a way in which to turn that into a success and go against what the trends have been in the league and go back to a traditional big, at least maybe as part of your second unit. But I don't see it changing anytime soon, honestly.
And, you know, obviously you've called games for years, big games, championship games. You know, as I look at this matchup, I think, yes, the stars have to perform, but how often do these games, you think, come down to the role players? Somebody maybe not as high on the scouting report having a memorable game.
Oh, yeah, you nailed it, Kyle, and I know you've been around it your whole career as well. You go into these matchups with the knowledge that the headliners are often the ones that take up your space in the open and in your early commentary, and then the game evolves into something else. And, you know, let's take Keon Ellis as an example. I know you guys talked about him quite a bit. It's a great story. I had a bunch of Alabama games when he was there, and he was a nice player, but he was not earmarked for NBA success. That's a prime example of the right team, the right opportunity, and the right development coming together, and now a player that could have a 10, 12-year NBA career that was an afterthought coming out of college. He was a JUCO guy. He had to develop his jump shot. He was always committed on the defensive end, but he really locked in on improving his skills, finding his niche. And probably without the Kevin Huerter injury, we're not seeing this from Keon Ellis. But what has it done? It's triggered their defense. It has started now a new vibe around this team. They're more committed defensively. And I think Keon Ellis has been a big reason why, unlocking that part of who they are. And it's not a knock on Kevin Huerter. It's just sometimes you don't know what the magic ingredient is. So if this team does go to the playoffs and they win tonight, I personally believe Keon Ellis is going to play a huge role in that. What he's doing on the defensive end is real and it's tangible.
Ian Eagle has the call tonight on TNT. Ian, every time we have seen the Pelicans so far this year, they have looked great. I mean, they've looked like 86 Celtics. Nah, you know, Jordan's Bulls. Nah. And I know, I mean, they look tremendous. I know they're not that good, but as good as they've looked against the Kings, how come they've struggled so much at home this year? I can't figure it out.
Yeah, it's odd. There's no doubt about it. This is an outlier. You just look at numbers and just go through history in the NBA. If you're an elite team, you, if not dominate on your home floor, you certainly take care of business on your home floor. Last 6 games have been losses at home, so that's been very strange in and of itself. They're 21-19 at home this season. They're just over 500. Think about it. They wouldn't even be in this situation if they just got a couple of home wins down the stretch. They would have qualified in the 6th spot, and they wouldn't be facing a play-in scenario like they're facing tonight, their second play-in game. So it does defy all of the odds of what we've learned in the NBA. There's no real reason for it other than you can start getting into home court advantages and whether or not you feel that. In my estimation, this has not been a bad home court. There have been years when AD was on the team. I did playoff games here, a playoff series against Portland, where it was really loud. I'm going to say this right now and at least get it out of the way because of the viewing audience later. There is a woman in New Orleans that screams at the top of her lungs, and you can hear her on the air. She's there basically every game. I've never been able to identify her, but I know she's there. So if you hear shrieking at some point during the game tonight, you're going to remember, oh, yeah, Ian mentioned her. She's there, and you can't avoid it. She knows where the microphones are.
Wow. The Banshee of the Smoothie King. Yeah.
That's something else to look for tonight, though.
Yeah.
So I appreciate that, Ian. That's good stuff. I when you look at the playoffs, I look at the Western Conference and how tough it's going to be to come out of that for whoever it is, whether it's Minnesota, OKC. Does Boston have an advantage in the East? Like, is it theirs to lose this year?
You would think so. I mean, just the way that the Eastern Conference is lining up, Milwaukee is down, and the Knicks are not whole, but they're going to have a really challenging first-round matchup against Philadelphia. And Cleveland, we know that if it doesn't go well this year, there's a pretty good chance that they're going to break up that team. And Orlando is an upstart, so you have no idea how they're going to handle their first real foray into the postseason. Indiana, fun offensively, gets up and down the floor. They look to push it. They look to shoot the three, as we talked about earlier. But again, we don't know collectively how they're going to deal with a potential playoff run. So with all of that said, Boston is head and shoulders above everybody else in the Eastern Conference. Just look at the difference in games, win total, between the 1 spot and the 2 spot in the East. And then in win total between the 1 spot and where the Sacramento Kings are. There just wasn't a huge difference in the West. Everybody was really good, highly competitive. Oklahoma City worthy of a number 1 seed, but again, first trip in this type of terrain. Denver, defending champions, have to respect them. Minnesota had the 1 seed seemingly for the majority of the season, dealt with injuries. Now they're back and healthy again. A team that believes they have a chance to do some special things. And now we can just keep going down the list in the Western Conference. It's stacked. So everything you mentioned, Kyle, is real, but you know this because you know it from personal experience. In Boston, I'm not sensing overconfidence from that fan base. If anything, it's a hesitancy because they don't want to fully commit and believe that it's going to happen. There's been a weird angle there, at least from the people that I've talked to, of not quite buying in that this is the year. They know it's supposed to be the year, but they're not allowing themselves to quite go there yet.
All right, Mr. Bagels in baseball, you're the best. Now everybody knows that. For a while, not everybody knew it. Now we all do. Congratulations again on the tournament. And we look forward to your call tonight. Most of all, thank you for joining us today, Ian.
Oh, always a pleasure. Great being on with you guys, and we'll do it again. Hopefully this is just the start of something for Sacramento, and we'll see if there's some more appearances down the road.
There you go. Thank you, Ian. We appreciate it.
See you guys.
Okay. The great Ian Eagle. How about that on the beignets and the donut holes? Yes, sir.
You knew he was a New York guy and would say that. You set him up for that. You knew that was going to happen. Come on.
Honestly, Kyle, I thought he'd go, look, I got people from New Orleans watching tonight. I'm not going to say anything disparaging about a beignet, but he went all in.
You know what? I know we're going to have Jason Ross on with us a little bit ago. I'm going to tell him to bring me back some beignets when he comes back home. He's down there in New Orleans. So
you probably like those, oatmeal raisin beignets? Is that what you like? The oatmeal raisin
beignets? That's terrible.
Yes, that's not a good idea. When we come back, who do the experts like tonight? That's next here with the Drive Guys on Sactown Sports.
So here's a fact. 85% of the population will suffer from foot pain in their lifetime. That's almost everyone. So you'd think there'd be plenty of healthy long-term remedies, but there just aren't, right? Hi, I'm Dan from the Good Feet store. You know, people come in all the time sharing the same frustrating story. Bought this, tried that, been there, done whatever, all different kinds of things, but all with a similar result. Nothing. A discouraging and endless cycle of disappointment. If this rings a bell, don't despair. There is hope. If you think you've tried everything,
You probably haven't tried Good Feet arch supports from the Good Feet store. They're designed to relieve, even eliminate, the pain commonly caused by certain foot conditions like plantar fasciitis, bunions, flat feet, and others. Plus, provide better balance and increased comfort. See what we can do for you with a free arch support fitting. Just stop in or schedule an appointment. With over 200 stores, there's likely one in your neck of the woods. Find yours at goodfeet.com.
Everybody needs Good Feet.
Kevin Lewis of National Garage Door. Whether you need to repair a broken spring, install a new opener, or buy a quality Rainer door, National Garage Door is here for you. Call us today to see how we can transform your house with a new garage door.
638-4554 National Garage Door.
With a variety of weekly promotions, there's something for everyone to enjoy at a Sacramento River Cats game. Don't miss a Toyota Family Value Tuesday featuring $2 hot dogs and $2 ice cream, or Thirsty Thursday featuring ice cold beer. Join us on Smut Orange Fridays for happy hour and live music. And don't forget to stick around postgame every Friday and Saturday night as we light up the sky with postgame fireworks. Find all promotional details at rivercats.com and make your plans to head out to Sutter Health Park this season.
At Fisher Investments, we may seem like other money managers, but we're different.
Are you really that different than the rest of us?
We are. As a fiduciary, we always focus on what's best for our clients.
What services do you offer besides investing?
We have a team of specialists in financial planning, estate planning, and more.
Your clients rely on you for all that?
Yes, we ensure clients receive unparalleled service at every step of the relationship.
Okay, but you still sell commission-based products, right?
No, because we believe that's a conflict of interest. We prioritize service over sales goals.
So then how do your fees work?
We have a simple and transparent fee that's a percentage of our clients' portfolios. So we do better when our clients do better.
Wow, we're more different than I thought.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at fisherinvestments.com. Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
Capital Casino has been serving the greater Sacramento area in the same convenient downtown location for over 20 years, with plenty of close-by, well-lit parking monitored by security staff and offering the most variety of table games in the region in a safe and friendly environment. Best food, best service, and the best action. That's Capital Casino. For more information on tournaments and gaming, check out their website at capital-casino.com. And please remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
National Ping Club Fitter of the Year, Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop is introducing the straightest, most forgiving Ping driver ever with the new Ping G430 Max 10K driver. A fixed back weight, Ping's largest head profile, and a carbon fly wrap crown help G430 Max 10K launch the ball higher with less spin for consistently longer and straighter results. Schedule your fitting and see for yourself at the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop, Fulton Avenue to Cap City Freeway, or online at hagenoaks.com.
It's time to trade in and trade up at Northern California's #1 Honda dealer, Stockton Honda. Whether you're shopping new or pre-owned, Stockton Honda has the selection and savings. Plus, get top dollar for your trade. Come in today or go to StocktonHonda.com. It's all a click away.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
#1 claims based on 2023 total new and Honda certified pre-owned vehicle car sales from American Honda Motor Company sold on report.
Sponsored by Xfinity. Enjoy the entertainment you love with the Xfinity Stream app. Turn any screen into a TV and take the entertainment you love wherever you go. Xfinity, we connect you to more of what you love.
Your flagship station for the Beam Team, Sactown Sports.
I got to tell you, present company accepted, of course. Ian Eagle's my favorite basketball broadcaster, and every time we talk to him, he's more my favorite. So he's just fun. He likes to have fun a little bit, Kyle. I think
he's my favorite also. Did you hear about his son Noah? Also, I should have asked him about Noah becoming play-by-play announcer for NBC Olympic basketball coverage.
Wow. Okay. I didn't realize that. Oh, yeah. We could have asked him. I knew I asked him one time years ago what it was like to have your son, want to do what you do. And he was like, it's a pretty cool feeling. But man, that family's having a year, aren't they?
Right.
Wow.
Exactly. Seeing if he could adopt me or something so I could get some of that good luck, those good genes. My gosh.
Yeah. Hey, I did the NCAA. That's great, Dad, but I'm doing the Olympics.
The Olympics.
Yeah.
Unbelievable, man. That family is killing it right now.
Isn't it interesting, Kyle, now to hear guys like Ian Eagle and all the national guys we bring on, Brian Anderson this week, and they're all talking about Keon Ellis, right? Because you know that, last summer, and I know it's their job to know these players, but no one really knew Keon Ellis. And now he's a national thing. You talk about the Kings, you got to talk about Keon Ellis.
The fact that Ian said a 10 to 12-year NBA career. Like, this is a guy that was a two-way guy.
Yeah.
Just hang onto the team, make the team. And now he's being penciled in as a 10 to 12-year veteran, man. And it's a fantastic story. And I tell you, it couldn't happen to a better dude. Keon Ellis is class act all the way, man. He's one of my favorites on the team.
Yeah, and it's no coincidence.
I didn't ask to be thrown in.
He didn't ask to be thrown into this, but it's no surprise that whatever happens, he just has that look like, he is unflappable is the word that comes to mind. Yeah. But with him, you could see that's never been an act. I remember after he started and then, he's talking to the media that night. He's just like, I'll probably get some text, from people back home, but we got another game in 2 nights. And it was 100% genuine.
Yeah. And I wonder, man, because he projects this calmness, this cool. You got to be anxious on the inside, right? I'm nervous watching him sometimes, Keon Ellis, big game. And he's just so cool and even keeled. And, I love his relationship with Mike too, because how many times have we seen Mike Brown yelling, Keon, Keon, Keon?
Yeah.
And then he comes over, they have a talk. He's like, yes, he's very coachable also, I feel like.
Yeah, you're right. That was just a few games ago. He was yelling at him, and then I think Doug was out there, or Barbosa was out there, and Keon's like this, and it's no big deal. All right, fine. Here are what the experts say about tonight. These are the experts from The Athletic. All right, so there's 6 of these experts that were asked who's going to win tonight. We have from The Athletic, Andrew Schlecht. He went Pelicans. We have
No.
From The Athletic, Jason Jones. Of course, Jason Jones.
Yes.
Sacramento Kings.
Sacramento.
Dan Santaromita. Sacramento Kings. Richard Deitch. You may know Richard Deitch is a great TV writer, TV sports writer. Sacramento Kings.
Let's go, Sacramento.
Dave Dufour. Sacramento Kings.
Sacramento will take y'all.
Sam Vicini, who does a lot of NBA stuff. Sacramento Kings.
Sacramento ain't nothing to be worried about.
There you go. Well done, Jay. So 6 experts in The Athletic go Kings. Then we also have even Hollinger says if the Kings win, he says they will go 6 games against OKC. He says if the Pelicans win, he says they'll go 5. So it's he's kind of, even for him, that's
saying a lot for him.
Yeah, exactly.
That's saying a lot for John Hollinger to give us at least going to 6 games. Man, I thought he'd say we were going to get swept or something like that. How about that? A national publication, a national site, giving much love to the Sacramento Kings.
Love The Athletic. There's a reason.
Right. Those are our guys over there.
Yeah, I just hope it's not a case of where so many people who don't really know that much about it just look at it and go, well, no Zion. Even Draymond's no Zion, they have no chance.
That's what you and Jay been saying, though, all week. What are you talking about?
Don't walk it back, White. That's what I'm saying. I'm standing on the drapes. I ain't running from it.
That's been
You're
your
right.
whole.
You're right.
No,
you're right.
No Zion.
You're 100% right. You're 100%
You sounding like John Hollinger right now, man. That's no good.
Whitey Hollinger and Carmichael Drapes. No, I don't know how closely some of these people follow it. Obviously, Jason Jones follows it very closely. No Zion makes it a monumental difference tonight. You're right, Jay. What am I talking about?
Right. No, it does. Let's be honest. It really does, because he's the human cheat code. He's the guy that nobody in the league has figured out how to stop. When he's right and he's being aggressive, he is just a nightmare. And now you take him out of that. CJ's been struggling the last couple of games, or at least last game against the Lakers. I feel like, too, Jay and Whitey, I'm a huge CJ fan, But I feel like if you throw Keon Ellis on him, you could bottle him up. I don't think, CJ,
I'm with you.
Yeah. He'll probably have his 15 to 20, but he's not going off for 40 to 35. He's going to be 5 of 18 tonight or 6 of 17. And, I feel like you can guard him one-on-one. A guy like Zion, man, your whole team has to pay attention to him. And so without him, like we said, now Keon can lock down CJ. Maybe you shade a little help on Brandon Ingram, and it makes the life more difficult for all the other guys.
Yeah, they're a lot easier to guard without the big beignet in there. When we come back, it's all about who makes the most threes tonight, right? Oh, New Orleans is really good at defending the three-point line. Well, are they? Next year with the Drive Guys, Sactown Sports.
So you just used bug spray in your home. Now what? Well, between the waiting and waiting for things to dry up and keeping your family away from the mess, it hits you. You could have used Zevo. Unlike other bug sprays that stick around, Zevo goes from kill to clean in seconds. Plus, it's safe for use around people and pets when used as directed. Zevo, people-friendly, bug-deadly.
You go into your shower feeling, but as soon as you reach for the Irish Spring, your day immediately gets better. That crisp, fresh, unmistakable Irish Spring scent zings your brain and awakens your senses. So when you finally emerge from the shower, 37 minutes later, because you pay the water bill so you can stay in there as long as you want, you're ready to take on the day and smell great doing it. Irish Spring Body Wash and Bar Soap. Fresh, green, Irish. Shop now at Walmart.
Grab the keys to a new Toyota. Get ready to take on the great outdoors in a brand new Toyota truck. Answer the call to adventure with powerful performance and start exploring. Right now, get low 1.99% APR financing on the powerful 2024 Tundra and Tundra Hybrid. Or check out the all-new redesigned 2024 Tacoma. Toyota, let's go places. Offer available through TFS to buyers with premium-rated credit. Excludes DRD Pro. Ends 4/30/24.
Capital Casino has been serving the greater Sacramento area in the same convenient downtown location for over 20 years, with plenty of close-by, well-lit parking monitored by security staff and offering the most variety of table games in the region in a safe and friendly environment. Best food, best service, and the best action. That's Capital Casino. For more information on tournaments and gaming, check out their website at capital-casino.com. And please remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Contact tax relief helpers for details and restrictions. Attention anyone that owes money to the IRS. The IRS has restarted aggressive enforcement actions against taxpayers who owe back taxes that were temporarily suspended for COVID. If you owe $10,000 or more, you must hear this, because now is the time to clear your IRS tax debt. A special toll-free number has been established so you can stop penalty fees, avoid liens, levies, and other hostile measures by the IRS. Call tax relief helpers right now at 800-934-9217. Tax relief helpers will provide you with the maximum protection afforded by law.
I got behind on my taxes and owed $48,000. I didn't know what to do. I called and they got my bill lowered to just $3,500.
I owed $87,000 in taxes and it was scary. I got the amount I owed down to just $3,500. I saved $83,500.
If you owe money to the IRS, don't wait another day. Call 800-934-9217 right now before the IRS enforces liens, levies, and other aggressive measures. The call and consult are absolutely free. Call now. Call 800-934-9217. 800-934-9217. 800-934-9217.
Welcome to a brighter future with Aztec Solar, serving Sacramento since 1980. Everyone knows that solar saves money. How much? The answer is a few clicks away. Visit yourpowersavings.com. It's fast, easy, and reliable, giving you instant insight into your potential savings.
I used to pay $400 a month to the power company, and that $400 a month added up to $48,000 over the past 10 years. That all changed when I switched to solar with Aztec Solar.
Now it's your turn to stop overpaying for electricity. Calculate your solar savings right now at yourpowersavings.com. And Aztec Solar will email or text you how much you'll save every month. Plus, we've got an exclusive offer for you. Get your solar electrical system for just $9,995 cash price after incentives. Don't wait. This deal won't last forever. Visit yourpowersavings.com today and take the first step towards energy independence with Aztec Solar.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets with nowhere to go. I didn't think I'd survive. But I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year. For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there.
Covenant House helped me break the cycle of homelessness in my family. They gave me the love that I needed.
Over 2,000 young people will sleep safely in a Covenant House bed tonight. When youth who are experiencing homelessness have a hot meal, a safe place to sleep, medical care, and love, they can overcome heartbreaking challenges and have a brighter future.
They just really genuinely just wanted to help me succeed, and I'm succeeding. I'm a speaker, I'm an author. Covenant House really helped me and really helped mold me into the woman I am today.
If you or someone you love is asking for help, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
KHTKAM Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, your flagship station for the Beam Team.
Should we light the beam? Light the beam, baby.
Sactown Sports. Six a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. Sactown Sports.
No excuses tonight for the Kings. There it is in front of you. Take care of your business, and you're in the playoffs proper. Drapes in San Francisco getting ready for his TV duties. Isn't it interesting, Drapes and Jay? A big game like this against the Pelicans, typically a big game against another team in any sport, you think back to past big games, and there really haven't been any memorable games between the Pelicans and the Kings. So there's a sense of newness to this. I don't even know if we can call it a rivalry.
Nah, we can't call this a rivalry. No, not at all. Well, first of all, for it to be a rivalry, you got to beat the other team.
I know.
Right?
I know.
Exactly. And so you got to beat the other team first before we can call this thing a rivalry. But no, this is, to me, and I'm going to take a page from you and Jay's book. The Pelicans are a speed bump on our way to the playoffs.
You want so bad to be on our side of it.
Come
on over. Come on over.
I do, because usually that's my role. You know what I mean? Usually I'm the one. Oh, we got this. We're going to take these guys. They're not ready for this smoke. But I also understand they got Ingram. They got some players. And so I so badly want to exude confidence for our Sacramento Kings squad. And I do think they'll win. But, man, I'm nervous about tonight. I'm nervous, boys.
Drapes, how much of it do you think comes down to the three-point shot? It's cliche these days, but as we discussed with Ian Eagle, sometimes it does come down to that. How important is that in terms of this contest tonight?
I think it's massive. I think, when you look at the Sacramento Kings, it's such a big part of our offense. And I urge you not to look at the overall three-point shooting for the Sacramento Kings tonight. I need you to look at first half versus second half, because we've seen this team hit 23s against Oklahoma City and lose. So don't look at 20 of 58. Look at when they hit them. Are they consistent like they were the other night against the Golden State Warriors? I don't need the Kings to come out on fire in the first and then only score 40 points in the second half. I need a consistent 3-point. And when you look at the Pelicans, I feel like limiting CJ's threes, limiting Trey Murphy's threes, those are going to be huge tonight.
Oh, we have on the chat here, Compio says, Draper talking basketball 101 today. It must be the hoodie, the UCLA hoodie. Brandon Deedsman says he was half expecting you, Drapes, to be in your full Kings gear again tonight.
I've thought about it, but the higher ups at NBC, they didn't like that when I did that the other game. So they got a little mad at me. But you know what? I'm bringing you know what, Whitey? We're going to do our part. Me, you, Jay, pre and post game, G-Man, we're going to be ready. We need the guys on the court to be ready. We need Mike Brown to be ready. So I could come in here with my birthday suit on. It's not going to affect what's happening down there in New Orleans, because these boys got to be locked in, not worrying about what Drapes is wearing.
Right. As far as the 3-point numbers, these are just numbers, but they tell us something. The Pelicans this year, when shooting the 3 ball, better than 40%, which is good. Most teams, when you shoot better than 40%, you're going to win a lot of games. They're 26-8 when they do that. All right. That's really no surprise. 35% or worse, 14 and 18. The Kings, 35% or better, 35% or better, 33 and 14. Frankie had these numbers at SactownSports.com. Under 35%, the Kings are 13 and 22. But of course, Mike Brown, one of the things he would say to that, and you just made this point, it's not just how many or this, that, it's the quality of the three. And I'm not trying to irritate you. How many spray threes do they get? That's the key from Coach Brown's perspective.
No, and rightfully so. And, I wish there was another term we could use other than the spray three. How about driving kick threes or something like that? Spray threes, I feel like we've been beating that drum all season long. But, yes, I think it's going to be critical because here's the thing. If the Kings get a high percentage of spray threes tonight, driving kick threes, that tells me that our ball handlers beat their man off the dribble. De'Aaron Fox was able to get by Herb Jones. Keon Ellis was able to get by Trey Murphy or Jose Alvarado, whoever is out there. That's why the Pelicans are second in the league in defending the three as far as three-point percentage, is because their on-ball defense is so good that they don't have to help as much. They're not in rotation as much. But if we can go at CJ, I think we could be able to pick on him. I look for De'Aaron Fox to somehow get some switches. If I'm Mike Brown and the coaching staff, I'm drawing up some plays to get CJ on De'Aaron Fox so Fox can take advantage of him.
You just touched on a key here, Kyle. Statistically, anyway, defense during the season, as you said, New Orleans, number 2 in the NBA at defending the three-point line, 35%. Last 11 games, that number goes up to 38%. And in the game Tuesday, the Lakers, would you say they're a great three-point shooting team?
No.
They shot 40% against the Pelicans.
Wow.
Tuesday. So the Pelicans, that defense at the three-point line has been a little softer of late.
Yes, and that's great news. And I mean, look at them. They've been struggling as of late. This team, it isn't clicking on all cylinders. Think about it. They had the 6th seed pretty much wrapped up, and then they fell down and let Phoenix take it. And so that they're reeling right now. They're not playing their best basketball. I know they look otherworldly when they face us, but they look pretty pedestrian against other teams, including the Lakers. And so I think there is an opportunity there. And, as much as we talk about their defense and everything like that, you just pointed out the numbers, it can be exploited. I think CJ is the weak link of this team defensively. CJ is going to start off on Keon Ellis tonight. And either A, Keon got to make him pay, or B, we got to run CJ in some action so that De'Aaron Fox has that matchup and can blow by him. Because you're right, man. Once you get past that initial line of defense, then you could break them down, and I think you could have some opportunities with those spray threes.
Right. You get into the paint, the defense reacts, you get it out before they collapse on you. You're dictating what the defense is doing, whereas you get into the ball gets in there late and you hold on to it, and the defense dictates everything to you, and they collapse on you. Why, Kyle, should I wouldn't say this on the air, but I'll ask you now. The way the Kings have been so up and down all year long, and right now, I'm so excited. We're all so excited. Why is there any realistic, actual, rational reason to think that, all right, they found something that this time when they're playing better, that it's different from before when they followed up great efforts with lackluster efforts?
Not really, Whitey. I think that
glad I didn't ask you on the air.
Because I think we're just being optimists. We're hoping, because we just saw this team a week ago or so. And we saw what happened. And I understand they had Zion and, he went off and everything like that. But in terms of, a matchup, it's still the same matchup. I think we're holding on to hope because they will be without Zion. They played well the other night against Golden State. We're being hopeful. We're giving them the benefit of the doubt. You know what I mean? We're believing in them. But we've done that a lot of times so far this season, only to be boom, knocked back down to earth. And so this is one last chance. I mean, think about it. Whatever happens tonight, if you win and go against OKC, you're almost playing with house money, in my opinion. Like, I expect you to win a game or two against, so I don't expect you to get blitzed and blown out by OKC. But if you lose in 6 to OKC, you know what? It happens. That's why tonight is so important. This is their final time this season, Whitey, to have us on this bandwagon, to have us say they have turned the corner. Because if it doesn't happen tonight, we got 6 months off to think
Right.
about.
There's one rational reason to expect that the Kings may have figured something out this time. They may have found something, and I'll tell you what that is when we come right back. Drive, guys, get ready for the Kings and the Pelicans tonight on Sactown Sports.
Elevate your golf game at Timber Creek Golf Course in Roseville. Just named to the prestigious Golfer's Choice 2024 Top 25 Public Golf Courses in all of California by Golf Pass. Timber Creek offers an unparalleled experience. Our revamped practice facility features a grass driving range, expanded putting greens, and a chipping area complete with sand traps. Whether you're a pro or just starting your golf journey, Timber Creek is the place to be. Visit us and discover why we're the talk of Sacramento and beyond. Unwind and tee off at Timber Creek Golf Course. Power Business Technology is proud to be 100% independent, locally owned and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a 2022 Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at powercopiers.com.
I'm Craig Ashton of the injury law firm of Ashton and Price. Whether you've been injured on a bicycle, as a pedestrian in a slip and fall, auto, Uber, Lyft, or big rig accident, you need Ashton and Price in your corner. When you call Ashton and Price, there's no chatbot telling you to hit 3 for accounting. You're greeted by a real live person who will immediately transfer you to an experienced attorney. The consultation's free, and there's never a fee until you win.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton and Price.
When you take the time to shop at Folsom Lake Honda, there's one thing you'll always find: happy people ready to serve you. As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too.
Looking to own or lease? During the spring sales event, drive a brand new Accord or Civic. Visit us today at FolsomLakeHonda.com, your one-stop Honda shop.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
The Drive Guys powering your afternoons Monday through Friday on Sactown Sports.
Not really, to be honest. I feel like you go out there and it's basketball at the end of the day. So you want to go out there and just give it your all. At the end of the day, my goal is just to leave the game with no regrets. And I just want to go into the off season, whenever that is, with no regrets of how that game ended.
That's a surprise. That's Keegan.
What else?
Keegan Murray says he doesn't feel any pressure. I don't know that he feels much of anything. I'm not sure he's human, but good for him. Good for Keegan. Here we go. The Kings and the Pelicans tonight. Drapes in San Francisco. I'm telling you, there's one reason to think that maybe this time the Kings have found something. Before I tell you what that is, so that you can mock me, we go to the phones, 339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. Tin has been hanging on. Our buddy Tin. How are you, Tin?
Hey, Whitey. Hi, Drake. Hey, JJ. I'm on the road, but I'd love to get my word out. I don't think we should be worried about CJ McCollum after a shutdown of Klay Thompson,
Yeah.
That was hugely impressive, so I expect Keon to put the clamps on him tonight.
Thank you, Tin.
Okay,
Thanks for
Tin.
hanging on to share that. Two ways to look at that, right, Drapes, if we're being honest. And thank you, Tin. It was great to meet you this week. You could shut down CJ like you shut down Klay. On the other hand, I don't know if CJ's going to miss everything like Klay did.
Yeah, here's the thing, and Tin's our guy.
Yes,
but he's just being optimistic, looking at things with purple-colored glasses, trying to get the crowd fired up, the fan base fired up. CJ shooting 70% from 3 against us, Whitey. 70%.
That's due to come down.
Right.
That's coming down.
Come down to 45%. Yeah, so I like the optimism. I like it, and I hope he's right. But man, CJ gets up for us more than any other team. And I guess, like you said yesterday, Clay gets up for us.
Yeah.
Clay's had big games against us before, and now he fell apart. Man, here's my over-under on CJ, Whitey.
You've been pretty good with these lately, so I'm going to pay attention. Yeah.
22.5. CJ under, we win. CJ over. Yeah, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough.
All right. And didn't Steph have 22?
Yeah.
Yeah. You've been really good with those numbers. Thank you. That's an interesting one. The reason I think the Kings, I think there's honestly rational reason to think they found some. I call it the starfish syndrome. And I may have learned this from my daughter, who's a biology professor at Sac State. The starfish, or the sea star, when a starfish like loses a limb, it takes a while, it actually grows it back. Like even you could take the limb of a starfish, just like one arm, and it'll regrow the whole thing. And I think what happened, like what I'm getting at, is Malik and Kevin Huerter like two arms of the starfish that all of a sudden it's like, and now playing without them for a while, especially playing without Malik, nothing against Kevin, but we know that Malik is he's such the emotional core of this team. I feel like they went through these tough losses, and they've been brutal losses. The one to the Pelicans here and the one to the Suns we just had. I feel like maybe they've started to regenerate those limbs. Not that you can ever replace Malik, but they played so well against the Warriors. It looks to me like, wow, they didn't miss Malik. We hope Malik's back, and no one would wish him out. And it's not like, they're better off without him. But okay, they found ways to play through it. Now, as you pointed out, there wasn't a real test against the Warriors because Malik's so good down the stretch when it's a tight game. So, and they didn't have that. But I just feel like, wow, the way they played, I feel like maybe they figured out how to play really well. And they're not looking for like, when's Malik coming to rescue us? I think they're ready to move on in the short term without him.
Well, and I hope so. And I hope you're right. And, I think, to your point, what we see may be happening is, after a while, you adjust to life without Malik. You say, okay, you miss him, of course, but it's like a kid going off to college. Those first couple of days are rough, man. But then, all right, a week goes by, 2 weeks. It's the new normal, if you will. And I will say, other guys now know what is needed from them, what their roles are. We know Davion has to score. We know Keon has to score as well. Before, those guys it would be okay if they just focused on defense, because you had a guy like Malik coming off the bench that could get you 20 points. Now those guys know offensively they have to be threats out there. And so I hope you're right going into tonight's game.
Yeah, it's just the adjustments, which are really difficult. Maybe they've made them and you can get by in the short term. And of course, we all still hope that Malik comes back, although that's, plenty of time to talk about that. I know we're going to be talking about that a lot. It's interesting to me also that the Kings have a chance here to stick the Pelicans with a really unique kind of failure, because this would be how many straight home losses for them if they lost tonight? 7,
right? Yeah.
Okay, so you would be handing them not only their 7th straight home loss, but this would be their 3rd straight failed chance at home to clinch a playoff spot. So if you beat, and we don't care about that. It's like, we got to do what we got to do. But if the Kings do that, what a colossal failure for the Pelicans.
Well, and you got to start to wonder, does it become mental for them?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that they've had opportunity time and time again. And I would imagine they're a little bit shell-shocked that they're even in this predicament. Remember 2 weeks ago, they were looking flying high. They were looking good. The 6th seed was going to be theirs. Last week, the 6th seed was theirs. And then they lose. Phoenix overtakes them. You lose on the last night to the Lakers. Still another chance on Tuesday. You lose that game. And so now I could argue that the pressure is squarely on them tonight.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Because they've had multiple opportunities, and this is their final one. And so if I'm Sacramento, you're going down there locked in, of course, but you can maybe play a little freer. I think if you start off very quickly in this game, ratchet up that pressure on this Pelicans team, I think that might be huge tonight.
I agree 100%. I think we've seen that even in football. Sometimes in the playoffs, a team that's at home, and it's like, hey, you're supposed to win. You're at home. They get behind, and all of a sudden they get really tight.
Yeah.
And plus, as you said, I mean, who knows? But the Pelicans, they got a lot of things going on right now. No Zion, and Ingram's unhappy, and Alvarado is injured. And, now all of a sudden the coaches, he's done a great job there, but now all of a sudden some of his decisions being called into question. And maybe those things help them, rally around each other. But I think it's more likely that they're part of the reasons why we've seen this team start to splinter. 6 straight home losses this time of year. That's ghastly.
Yes. And they've had some tough games. Obviously, Celtics were one of them. Bucks, I believe, another one. Lakers a couple of times. So, San Antonio got them at home. But you mentioned it the other day. It's not a tremendous home court advantage. 21-19 during the regular season, throwing the Lakers loss in the play-in. They're 21-20 at home this season. And it's not a tremendous home court advantage. And I don't believe it's the type of crowd that can help will a team back to winning. I think they might be kind of a front-running crowd, if you will. Like when their team is down, they're sitting on their hands underneath their butts, just chilling, and then once Zion gets going or Ingram or CJ, then they get up. It's not like, a Boston, New York, a Sacramento or somebody like that. And so if you can keep this crowd quiet, and I believe, Whitey, and I haven't seen this on social media, I believe Kings fans have traveled to this game. I think we'll have a strong contingent down there tonight.
Yeah, I saw something yesterday. Tickets were $11. I think we were talking about them being 12 or 13. I think some of them are available for $11. So, yeah, that would be nice. 339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. Tyrone with us on Sactown Sports. Hello, Tyrone. What's going on?
Hey, what's up?
Yo, T.
I'm calling real quick. So I need the Kings just to do what they did last game, but get rid of the mistakes, especially those mental mistakes. I need Coach Brown to make sure he's careful with his challenges.
Oh, we lost you, Tyrone. Thank you. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Gotcha.
I can't really hear you guys, but hopefully I'm coming through clear.
Yeah, we got you now. Yeah.
Thanks, bro.
Yeah. Thank you. Thanks for the call. That's what you said, Kyler. Oh, he can't use the challenges early. That was a great challenge. I was sitting next to somebody at the game. I was like, what is he doing? He was gaining a possession. That's what he was doing.
I guess, but man, 3 minutes into the game, you got to be 100% right. But here's the issue with that, Whitey. And you're right. He got it right. Great challenge. But you only get 2 per game. When the score is 8-6, is it really that critical? It worked out. It turned out fine. But I don't want to burn the challenge early on. You might need 2 late in this game.
Well,
and so I just Mike got to be on point tonight. I don't care when he challenges, as long as he gets them right.
What Tyrone's saying. I thought it was a clever move because to me it was an indication also that, wow, he thinks this could come down to 1 possession. He thinks this could be like a 1-point game, and he's going for it here. So, yeah, who knows? But he was 100% sure. Wasn't there a play where ball went off of Steph Curry's foot out of bounds, and it was off Curry, and they called it Warrior ball, and the Kings did not challenge?
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have no idea what Mike is doing with these challenges, man. He has been better as of late, though. Give him credit. He's been better as of late, meaning he's winning some of those challenges. But, man, the first 4 or 5 months of the regular season, he was struggling at the challenge line there.
Let me just say this about the Pelicans. You have been all season long, you've been skeptical of them. And I was more like, oh, no, they're legit. They defend. And I thought they'd be free and clear of the play-in. And ultimately, you were right. All year long, I remember you saying, I don't know about them. And here we are. They got to win. They got to win to avoid 7 straight losses.
This was a big collapse by them. And,
yeah.
And obviously with Zion hurt, that's messing them up. I get it. But I didn't think they could stay healthy all season long. And they haven't. Ingram went down. He missed almost a month. Now Zion's out, and that's been their issue the last several years. They got all the talent in the world. I love their roster. I love their team. But, they just haven't been healthy. And in their biggest game of the season, they're missing their best player tonight.
We have Jay Ross from the Big Easy, top of the hour. And when we come right back, we talked yesterday about true superstars. Two players will be trying to prove that's what they are tonight, and we'll reveal them next year with the Drive Guys, Sactown Sports.
It was a beam unlike any beam we've seen.
The Warriors 3, no good. Rebounded by Kessler Edwards, and that will do it. You hear the thunderous light the beam chant in the background.
It was a win to remember.
If the horn sounds and the Sacramento Kings have won.
The season still has more life left in it, and the Kings are off to New Orleans for another win or go home game. It's the Kings and the Pelicans. Friday night at 6:30, right here on your home for Sacramento Kings basketball. Sactown Sports.
Thanks for calling Discover. This is Gabby.
Hey, Gabby. It's Jennifer Coolidge. Hi. I'm so glad I reached you at 2 a.m.
Oh, of course. Anyone with a Discover card can call and talk to a real person 24/7. Now, how can I help?
Yeah, I used my Discover card to buy these yellow pleather pajamas, and I'm just not sure I'm pulling them off.
24/7 U.S.-based customer service. It pays to Discover. Limitations apply. Learn more at discover.com/creditcard.
Some people just know the best places to eat around town. Those are the people who know to choose Allstate. They know exactly where to go to get exactly what you're wanting. They know where to find the spiciest hot pot, the gooeyest brownies, and the tenderest, most flavorful portobello steak. Those people also know that safe drivers save 40% with Allstate.
Saving 40% is based on the national average premium savings for Allstate auto customers with a clean driving record versus those without. Savings vary by state and vary based on how you buy, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
I love springtime. The sunshine, the longer days, but I don't love stressing about outfits for all of our plans. Between brunches, showers, and spring break, we need looks that keep up and savings that keep it under budget. That's where Kohl's comes in. I scored 25% off dresses for myself, and with the 15% off going on, I got my daughter a dress for under $22. Plus, I earned Kohl's Cash. So if you want a stress-free spring too, shop at Kohl's. Select styles. Some exclusions apply. Women's dresses, coupons do not apply. Offers end April 21st. See store or kohls.com for details.
For the ones who work hard to ensure their crew can always go the extra mile, and the ones who get in early so everyone can go home on time, there's Grainger, offering professional-grade supplies backed by product experts so you can quickly and easily find what you need. Plus, you can count on access to a committed team ready to go the extra mile for you. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Folsom Lake Kia.
I'm Dirk Verdorn in the KCRA3 Weather Center, and sunny skies this afternoon with temperatures warming up into the mid to low 80s. Expect to have a bit of a delta breeze by later on this evening to help cool things off nicely as we go through tonight. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA3 News and the KCRA3 app.
Spring savings continue at Folsom Lake Kia. Low payments, special offers, zero down deals on approval of credit. Shop your trusted Kia dealership for over 25 years and tell them DC sent you. FolsomLakeKia.com.
Are you tired of your tee shots ending up in the adjoining fairway while the rest of your foursome is hitting it down the middle? Well, experts will tell you that being properly fitted for golf clubs will help you strike your drive center cut. The Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio and its team of trained PGA professionals are ready to help you get rid of your banana balls and duck hooks. Hagen Oaks Indoor-Outdoor Player Performance Studio fittings are available 7 days a week. Make yours today by calling 916-808-2531. That's 808-2531.
The Arnold Law Firm has seen how an injury can turn anyone's life upside down. Whether it's a slip and fall, a car accident, or any other kind of injury. For almost 50 years, the Arnold Law Firm has been here to help you through the entire process to protect you and your family. If you are ever injured or in an accident, call the Arnold Law Firm. The Arnold Law Firm, providing real justice for you since 1975. Call 916-777-7777. That's 916-777-7777.
ZZ Top, the Elevation Tour. Friday, May 3rd, 7:30 p.m., the venue at Thunder Valley with special guest, Foghat. Oh, I'm back. ZZ Top, playing all their classic hits. The venue at Thunder Valley. For tickets, visit ThunderValleyResort.com.
Are you tired of your tee shots ending up in the adjoining fairway while the rest of your foursome is hitting it down the middle? Well, experts will tell you that being properly fitted for golf clubs will help you strike your drive center cut. The Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio and its team of trained PGA professionals are ready to help you get rid of your banana balls and duck hooks. Hagen Oaks Indoor-Outdoor Player Performance Studio fittings are available 7 days a week. Make yours today by calling 916-808-2531. That's 808-2531.
Live and local, every afternoon, Monday through Friday on Sactown Sports.
So excited, of course, about the Kings and the Pelicans, only one of the two deciding play-in games we have today, because in the East we have the Bulls against the Heat, and obviously we don't really care about that game much, but I want to ask you, Kyle, before we get any further here in the Kings and Pelicans. I think it was Will Z Stats asked this question on Twitter, and it's a question that I've had, so I'm going to ask you.
Okay.
Why aren't the Bulls better? We saw what they did when they were here, and they got talent, and, maybe they win tonight with Jimmy Butler hurt, but, they're barely – every year they're in the play-in, and they're barely scraped into this situation this year. We saw what they could do, when, as I said, when they came from way behind here. Why aren't the Bulls a better team?
I think it's pretty obvious. They don't have a point guard to really bring it all together. They got a bunch of individuals, guys that can get numbers, but they don't play necessarily together as a team. It's DeMar DeRozan's turn. It's Kobe White's turn. It's Zach LaVine's turn. They miss Lonzo Ball tremendously, man. And I think, as great as Kobe White is,
42 points against the Hawks, yeah.
Yeah, he's more of a scoring point guard, though. He's not going to get you 12 assists. He's like, they got bucket getters on their team. They don't have role players, guys that like Lonzo Ball, for instance, is a glorified role player. He's not trying to go out there and get 25 or 30. He'll get you 10, 11, 12 assists, and that's what they need. All the talent in the world. That's why they haven't broken it up. They feel like when healthy,
they're that
if
close.
They had Lonzo, this is a different team. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you see how Caruso got hurt in the last game?
Andre Drummond running into
his teammate, friendly fire running him right over and really hurt him, apparently.
And Andre Drummond's had a fantastic season, but it's like, dude, what do but Caruso Valdez playing tonight. So big game for them. No Jimmy Butler for Miami. I'm taking Chicago in this game.
Yeah, me too. Me too. Yeah.
As for DeMar DeRozan, maybe one of the most underrated players out there. And he's a future Hall of Famer. And I love watching him play. The master of the mid-range, stand-up guy, advocate for mental health. I cheer for him every night. I'm a big DeMar DeRozan fan.
Hey, speaking of good teammates, did you hear what Wemby did at, I think it was a Drake concert? Did you hear about that? They asked him to come out on stage, and he wouldn't because they wouldn't let his whole team come up, or his teammates, whoever. I don't know who was there with him, but they wouldn't let his teammates come up. Said, no, we just want you. And he said, well, I'm not going up there then. How about that?
Yeah, that's all right. Whatever. Wemby, man.
Jay?
Nah, you're getting nothing from
what
me.
are you doing?
Really?
I'm not giving you a thumbs up for that.
Exactly. Thank you, Jay. I agree.
What have I missed?
Get out of here.
That's not being a good teammate?
Man, we had a Drake concert, man. Bye, man.
Right. I mean, what are you doing? Man, go out there and say what's up to the crowd. Like, this, here's the thing about superstars. They know they're superstars.
Yeah.
Their teammates know they're superstars. They know the pecking order in San Antonio, Whitey.
No,
Kevin Vassell ain't going to be salty. He knows he's a role player on that team compared to Wembanyama. Wemby, take your butt out there and get that shine.
San Antonio is, it's that culture. It's like we're all together in this.
Losing culture.
Right.
That culture's changed. That thing has changed, man.
None of us is better than the other. Just ask Tim Duncan. Okay.
That culture. You know what? As people always talk about, the Kings need to stop living in 2002. The Spurs need to stop living about that too. That's over with. Ginobili, Parker, all those guys, Sean Elliott, the Admiral, like Drake's talked about. Put the Admiral in the front seat, first of all, before y'all get to try to bring Drake up into teammates. Get that out of here.
It's true, man. Yeah. And here's the thing. Wembanyama is about to be the face of the league.
Yeah.
Act like it, big fella. Act like it. As great as Tim Duncan was, trust me, the league needs Victor Wembanyama to be more LeBron and not Tim Duncan.
No, I get that.
Carry the mantle. Get out there and hang with Drake, bro.
I just thought that was nice. Like, no, you have to bring my teammates with me, or I won't go on the stage. I thought that was cool, but all right.
Dude, this is Drake. Now, if it was just some, local up-and-comer or something, dude, this is Drake. This is like the #1 artist in terms of popularity out there right now.
Not coming out because Trey Jones can't guard me. Can't come out there with me. Trey, man, my bad. Trey wants to come with me, Drake.
Yeah.
Nah.
Forget that. Nah.
You mentioned the term superstars, and we talked about that yesterday. Tonight is a night where it's one of those nights where there's a chance for guys to prove that they deserve consideration. I'm talking about De'Aaron Fox, and I'm talking about Brandon Ingram. Two guys, right, that have a chance to show, you know what? We are superstars in the making, and we deserve your consideration now. Don't you think that's part of the magnitude of a game like this?
Yeah, I think so. I think, and Brandon Ingram's been an all-star before, so has De'Aaron Fox.
Yeah.
What's interesting about Brandon Ingram is it seems like his quote-unquote path to superstar is like goes up, then comes down. It's like he's never on a straight trajectory, up or down. One minute he looks like he could be, a superstar. The next, he's just a star, And I was looking at, he's only 26 years old, fellas.
Seems like he's been around forever.
I feel like he's been around for like 15 years, right?
Yeah.
He's only 26. And I will say this, based on his numbers, and I'm just talking numbers, he's a 20-point per game scorer basically for his entire career.
Mm-hmm.
Like this guy, when it's all said and done, is going to have Hall of Fame numbers without much to show for it in terms of playoff success if they keep it up going into the way they're going.
Well, you were just talking, Drapes, about how the Bulls keep deciding, well, we're going to keep it together and run it back. And the Pelicans have done the same thing, right? Someone mentioned yesterday, hey, that's basically the same team as last year. And it was just basically the same team because they figured if Ingram and Zion are healthy, we got something. And as you pointed out, good luck with that. And it looked like they were, wow, this is working out. Then all of a sudden, now they're both down. Well, I know Ingram's playing, but he's still hobbled.
Yeah, and I don't know what you do if you're the Pelicans and it doesn't work out this season, right? Like, what moves can you make? You're not trading away Zion, right? You're not trading away. I don't think you're trading CJ. Who you're going to get to upgrade? Maybe Ingram. You might be like, I don't know what they do. Like we talked about the Bulls situation. The Bulls, I don't know what they do. Are you trading away a guy like Vucevic? Well, he might not have much value.
Well, they might lose DeMar because he's a free agent. I mean, DeRozan might go somewhere else.
Right, exactly. And who's going to come there and sign with you? And so I look at the Pelicans, and I think if I'm them, and I'm being honest, I'm running it back again.
Really?
I like what they're building. I like their young core. I don't know what the piece is that takes them over the top, though. Isn't it a true point guard? Because right now you got CJ sort of running point. Is it another center? I don't know what they need to get better. Maybe some more depth. I don't know, but I think they're on the right path, man. I like their players. Ingram's 26. Zion's younger than that. Herb Jones is great. Murphy is a shooter. Like I like some of the pieces they have.
Yeah. Obviously, the final chapter on this year for them is not written. Who knows where it's going to end up? We hope it ends tonight, but it might not. And if it doesn't, then that changes the narrative for them. But looking ahead to the offseason, if they were in position where they had to think, we're going to do something major. To me, if I'm the Pelicans, I can't. If I trade Zion, it's like I'm throwing the whole thing away, right? Because he's so unique, and I've got so much equity in him. If I made even a solid basketball decision that, all right, we're going to move off of Zion, it's like I barely can get people to come out to my games as it is. Yeah. I don't think they can afford to do that without basically starting over.
Not at all. You can't trade Zion. You're talking about a guy that averaged 23 points per game, played in 70 games this season, Whitey. It wasn't like he only played 40 games or anything like that. This guy was healthy most of the season. He's only 23 years old. You don't give up on that just yet. Like, what do you do? Like, what do you get in return? Some picks, and then you got to hit the reset button again? I don't know what they need. Maybe you look at trading CJ and get younger at that position. Maybe you look at trading Brandon Ingram. for a high lottery pick. Maybe not this year, but next year you get a Cooper Flag or somebody. I don't know what the answer is for them, but they're at that point where they're good, but just not good enough, and they're not bad enough. So they're in that, going into next year, they'll be in that 4 to 7 range. And what's interesting about the Pelicans, and their fans will be quick to point this out. Last year, before Zion's injury, they were at the top of the Western Conference.
I know.
Remember October, November, December, they were leading the Western Conference. But this year, the Western Conference is more difficult. You know what I mean? They're still a good team, but I don't know if they're championship caliber, and I don't know what's it going to take to get them there.
And remember also this year we had Zion saying, I'm trying to buy in, but I'm working on it. We talked to Antonio Daniels about that. And he and CJ and Ingram, as good as a season as the team has had and as good as seasons as each of those guys has had, the three of them still, it's not quite fitting. So that's a team with a lot of questions. If they win tonight and move on, maybe those questions just fade to the background. But if the Kings win tonight, which we all say they will, they're going to have to face some very difficult questions this offseason. Let's hope it comes to that, right? Tonight.
Yeah,
yes.
Exactly. We want the Pelicans to be scratching their head, sort of like the Warriors, right? Warriors got some difficult decisions to make. Well, that's their problem. Let's leave the Pelicans' problem for them as well, and they can handle that after tonight.
When we come back, I'll tell you about the dumbest Kings thing I've ever read. 339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. It's a drive, guys. Getting ready for game night tonight. Sactown Sports.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Folsom Lake Kia.
I'm meteorologist Heather Waldman in the KCRA3 Weather Center. Cool this evening with an onshore breeze. Temperatures will start off in the low 50s Saturday morning. Scattered clouds to start. Plenty of afternoon sun with highs in the upper 70s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA News and the KCRA app.
Skeeter here. Field Tech, Sacramento Yellow Mosquito and Vector Control District. Hey, it's my favorite week of the year. Mosquito Awareness Week. Yep, the spring and warm weather means the little suckers are starting to breed and bite. Gotcha. So it's time to fight the bite. Once a week, drain standing water from flower pots, bird baths, dog dishes, and at dawn and dusk, start using insect repellent outside and wear long clothes, because these skeeters are out for blood.
The Sacramento Yellow Mosquito and Vector Control District reminds you it's time to fight the bite. For more information, go to fightthebite.net.
Thinking of remodeling your home? Say goodbye to endless internet searches and visit Subcontractors United. Find a list of 3 pre-qualified and licensed contractors in each home service category. From cabinets to landscapers and everything in between, Subcontractors United makes finding qualified contractors free and easy, with no accounts to set up. Visit subcontractorsunited.com and experience the joy of stress-free home improvement. Save time and money at subcontractorsunited.com.
Guys, did you know your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED? And right now, Revive Men's Health Sacramento will check your testosterone for free. They're in Midtown in the Cal Sutter Medical Building and also offer telemedicine appointments. Schedule your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation today. Call 916-365-4566. That's 916-365-4566 or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Welcome to a brighter future with Aztec Solar, serving Sacramento since 1980. Everyone knows that solar saves money. How much? The answer is a few clicks away. Visit yourpowersavings.com. It's fast, easy, and reliable, giving you instant insight into your potential savings.
I used to pay $400 a month to the power company. And that $400 a month added up to $48,000 over the past 10 years. That all changed when I switched to solar with Aztec Solar.
Now it's your turn to stop overpaying for electricity. Calculate your solar savings right now at yourpowersavings.com. And Aztec Solar will email or text you how much you'll save every month. Plus, we've got an exclusive offer for you. Get your solar electrical system for just $9,995 cash price after incentives. Don't wait. This deal won't last forever. Visit yourpowersavings.com today and take the first step towards energy independence with Aztec Solar.
Spring savings continue at Folsom Lake Kia. Low payments, special offers, 0 down deals on approval of credit. Shop your trusted Kia dealership for over 25 years and tell them DC sent you. FolsomLakeKia.com.
Have you made a mistake in your past that you want removed from your record? At the Gonzalez Law Office, we know that good people make mistakes. Restore your rights. Clear your record. Call us at 916-304-9187. That's 916-304-9187 or at saclegaldefense.com. Do you have a pending criminal case or injured in an accident? At the Gonzalez Law Office, we handle all criminal and injury cases. We don't settle for less, and neither should you. Call the Gonzalez Law Office at 916-304-9187 or visit us at saclegaldefense.com.
Hi everyone, it's Emron Pilati, host of the True Sports Card Show here on Sactown Sports 1140 every Saturday at 10 a.m. Would you like a chance to meet Ricky Henderson, Dennis Rodman, Johnny Manziel, Randy Johnson, Frank Thomas, Vlad Guerrero Sr., Dave Stewart, and our favorite Malik Monk, and meet over 90 sports card dealers all in one weekend? This is your chance to do it on May 17th through the 19th at the Roseville Fairgrounds at the Sacramento Autograph Expo. You can get all the information about the show on our website at sacautograph.expo.com. That's sacautograph.expo.com.
Grab the keys to a new fuel-efficient Toyota. Take on this new season in California with incredible MPG and peace of mind. Toyota has more hybrids and plug-in hybrids than any other brand. So hit the road with fewer fill-ups and legendary dependability. Just announced, get 0% APR plus $2,500 bonus cash, or get the lowest lease payments of the year on the all-electric BZ4X. Toyota. Let's go places. Offer available through TFS to buyers with premium-rated credit. Ends 4/30/24.
When I want to stretch out after a long day, my sofa needs to be comfortable, but it also needs to look attractive and inviting when guests come to visit. Hi, I'm Frank LaRosa with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. We spend so much time on our living room sofas that we forget they're a focal point and a hint to our decorating tastes. Right now, during Naturewood Home Furnishings sofa sale, you can save on every sofa, including gallery-exclusive custom-ordered flex steel furniture. Whether you're interested in a new sofa, sectional, or recliner, you can choose from hundreds of colors and fabrics. Nobody has more styles and choices than Naturewood Home Furnishings. And when it comes right down to it, it's all about choices and always about quality. Shop Naturewood for the look you love at a price you'll love even more. Visit Naturewood Home Furnishings right now for this remarkable sofa sale. Off Highway 50 at Hazel, look for the water wheel.
Five guys powering your afternoons Monday through Friday on Sactown Sports.
Wow. They dropped little toadies. Awesome. He found it. He found it. Hey, by the way, you just heard about that Sac Auto Expo. That's coming up. That is going to be incredible. We're looking forward to that. So, yeah, you want to check out Imran's website for that. That's going to be amazing. I think I'm going to go see him tomorrow. But, you know, we got bigger fish to fry right now getting ready for the Kings. And
sound like you're in purchase
tonight.
Something there, fella.
We'll see.
Okay.
Could be.
Okay.
Could be that kind of day. Yeah, Drapes in San Francisco. We'll get to the phones real quick here, and then I got to tell you about the dumbest Kings thing I've ever read in my whole life. 339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. Steven with us on Sactown Sports. Hey, Steven, how you feeling today?
I'm feeling good. I got a speech for you guys. You guys ready for it? Can I have like 30 seconds?
Make it good, Steven.
Yeah, we'll give it 15, and then we'll see how it goes.
I'm about to make it. All right. Okay. That's right, baby. Let's go. When you step out on that court, everyone is equal. Gentlemen, talent, it means nothing. They may be more talented than you, but if you show more heart, you show more focus, if you just decide this day that you will never accept second place to anyone, if you do that, if you do all that, there is no one, and I mean no one, we cannot defeat. And there is no one that will want to challenge us ever again. So, do you go out there like every other player, like every other team? Or do you want to stand up this day to make this day count? Make it count. Leave your heart and soul out there on the court and make them remember who you are. Make them scared to ever set foot on this court with you ever again. Make them remember who you are. They will remember who you are. Light the freaking beam. Let's get it, boys. This is it. Let's go.
King of the King. Yeah. Thank you, Steven. Appreciate that. I'll tell you what, though, if I was one of the players and Coach gave that speech, you were just very early into it. They may be more talented than you. I'd say, they are not, coach. They're not. Come on. What are you talking about? They're not more talented than us. But I appreciate the sentiment, Drapes.
It sounds like he was talking to the Bad News Bears and not the Sacramento Kings, right? Like, who's he trying to hype up here, right? I know we're not good enough to play with these guys, but tonight, like, what are you doing, Steve? Appreciate the effort, though, man. Good job, good effort, Steve.
Yeah,
Good effort.
And he's been working on it, doing what he can. We're all doing what we can. Oh, it's time is it time, Jay, for Check It?
Mike Check.
With TC.
Yes, sir. Check it, man. First and foremost, before we get started, what's up with my guys? Drake, Whitey, JJ in the back, Simone. What's up with y'all, man?
Good. Everything good.
TC, enjoying this Friday, baby.
Yeah.
Hey, before we get started, Drake, how the game goes? Hey, listen, I think I missed it. Did y'all win last night? How the game go?
Come on, TC. Why are you asking questions you already know the answer to? Of course we won, big fella. Your boy was in his bag last night, man, dishing the rock like Magic. I went, just like that, like Magic Johnson out there, man. Of course we got that win.
Man, that's my dude, Drake. I love you, bro. Check it out. Listen, the Kings win tonight. Listen. And hey, everybody want Fox and Domas. We need y'all to step up. We need all the other guys to step up, bro. And everything is going to be all right. We need Keon to get big again. Murray get big again. And whoever going to come off that bench, get big, show up, play defense, rebound. This is going to be a big Alex Lynn game. I'm telling you, Alex Lynn, like I said last game, Alex Lynn and Keon going to be the X factor, bro. That's all I got. We win tonight.
Mike Check.
Thank you, TC.
Check it with TC.
The way the Kings play this year against the Pelicans, we're going to know pretty early on, aren't we? Whether, we got a game or, it's one of those nights again.
Yeah, I think so. I think, and it's not the box score. It's not the scoreboard. It's the eye test. Are we, hesitant, timid, scared? Are they laughing, joking? Running up and down, shooting threes. I want to see, and this is what Antonio Daniels said last week, the first 5 minutes.
Yeah, yes.
You got to win the first 5 minutes if you're Sacramento. You got to put some doubt in this Pelicans team because right now they're walking into the building extremely confident against you guys. You got to change the momentum, have them to start doubting themselves in this game.
Yeah. Steven was right. Steven's speech would come in handy tonight. Yeah. Here's the dumbest Kings thing I think I've ever heard. Oh, yeah, and there's a lot of content, I guess is the word we use now. It's sports media, and you just got to be so careful. And I saw some today. It was some off site, and I don't even remember the name of the writer. And if I did have it, I wouldn't tell you what it was. But the story was the Kings playing New Orleans tonight at a crucial time in the team's development. And some want the Kings to win tonight, but some Kings fans aren't so sure, and they don't want the Kings to win because they don't want to give up the draft pick to Atlanta at such a crucial moment in the team's development. And I thought, I don't think there's a single person on earth. Nobody thinks that, right?
Is this a national site is this a national site that said this?
It wasn't a big one. It was one of the I honestly, I couldn't even tell you the name of it. It came up on my browser today. It's like, Kings. I was looking at it going, okay, that's no one in the world feels that way or anything close to it. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Like, it's been complete opposite, right?
Yes,
like, everybody wants to convey so that you maybe can do some trades down the line. And it's supposedly a weak draft. Why do we want a draft pick in this draft? So, man, there's a lot of people out there, a lot of content out there, Kings fans. We just got to ignore. We just got to skip over. Look look at some of our reputable writers here at Sactown Sports 1140. Our guy Jason Anderson at the B as well. Chris Biederman. Don't be looking at these Yahoo's fringe sites.
Be careful.
Come on, unbelievable.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons the Kings want to win tonight is so that they can convey the pick. Right? So they can clear it.
We're trying to give away that pick. Why do we want pick number 14 in the weakest draft in years? It doesn't make sense.
Yeah. Woo. Everybody's just feeling, the pressure a little bit. It's getting to that writer's noodle a little bit. Jason Ross, cool, calm, and collected from the Big Easy. He joins us next. We'll catch up with Jay Ross from New Orleans next here with the Drive Guys on Sactown Sports.
It took 4 quarters of locked-in effort, intensity, and focus to knock out the Golden State Warriors.
Connor shakes, trying to create a step back, and he scores it. Boy, you talk about earning a bucket. Steve Kerr will take time out.
Now the Kings head to Louisiana to see if they can take another win-or-go-home game. Kings and Pelicans, Friday at 6:30, right here on your home for the Sacramento Kings. Sactown Sports.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets with nowhere to go. I didn't think I'd survive. But I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year. For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there.
Covenant House helped me break the cycle of homelessness in my family. They gave me the love that I needed.
Over 2,000 young people will sleep safely in a Covenant House bed tonight. When youth who are experiencing homelessness have a hot meal, a safe place to sleep, medical care, and love, they can overcome heartbreaking challenges and have a brighter future.
They just really genuinely just wanted to help me succeed, and I'm succeeding. I'm a speaker, I'm an author. Covenant House really helped me and really helped mold me into the woman I am today.
If you or someone you love is asking for help, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
Hey there, wanted to take a moment of your time so I could talk to you about insecurity. I could talk to you about confidence. I could talk to you about girth. Yeah, what? Girth? Yeah, okay. Let me tell you about the Upsize Clinic at UpsizeMatters.com. My good friend, Dr. Jack, and his friend, Dr. Pash in San Francisco, have a safe, effective, long-lasting doctor-performed procedure. It's non-surgical, virtually pain-free. Now listen, girth is consistently ranked as the most important attribute. What Dr. Jack and Dr. Pash are offering is a free consultation. The procedure can be done on the same day as your consultation and get that confidence back. Reset in the bedroom with your partner. Financing is available. It's very private. It's very discreet. Available in Roseville with Dr. Jack and San Francisco with Dr. Pash at UpsizeMatters.com. That's UpsizeMatters.com.
If you need bold banners to boost your business, but you're on a budget, think Staples. Posters, flyers, signs, and menus for less? Think Staples. Staples can print anything you need to move your business forward. Now at Staples, save $50 on your print purchase of $150 or more. Same-day service available on hundreds of items if you order by noon. And all backed by Staples' Print Perfect guarantee. So it's done right or it's printed again free. Staples, your local print and marketing expert. N61, visit staples.com/print for details.
By texting 64,000, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from Babbel. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at babbel.com/TNC.
What's keeping you from learning the language you've always wanted to speak?
Too hard. Takes too long.
Not with Babbel. Babbel's lessons make learning fun.
Fun isn't hard.
Right. And in 10 minutes a day, Babbel's bite-sized lessons are designed to get you having real conversations in as little as 3 weeks.
That's not long.
It's not hard.
It's perfect.
It starts here. And now try Babbel for free by texting radio to 64,000. Text radio to 64,000.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave inviting you to make the switch to electric this spring and save big with American Energy. Stay ahead of those spiking energy bills this summer with up to $9,000 in rebates on a new ultra-high efficiency comfort system. American Energy is providing huge rebates from SMUD as well as spring specials by installing one of many incredibly efficient AC options available to you right now. Get rid of those fluctuating gas bills in the winter and switch to year-round all-electric with American Energy. Let them perform a free in-home energy efficiency analysis and see where they can help you save for the warmer months ahead. These guys are the best. Been serving the greater Sacramento area since 1981. A+ from the Better Business Bureau. Learn more by calling 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
At Fisher Investments, we may seem like other money managers, but we're different.
Are you really that different than the rest of us?
We are. As a fiduciary, we always focus on what's best for our clients.
What services do you offer besides investing?
We have a team of specialists in financial planning, estate planning, and more.
Your clients rely on you for all that?
Yes, we ensure clients receive unparalleled service at every step of the relationship.
Okay, but you still sell commission-based products, right?
No, because we believe that's a conflict of interest. We prioritize service over sales goals.
So then how do your fees work?
We have a simple and transparent fee that's a percentage of our clients' portfolios. So we do better when our clients do better.
Wow, we're more different than I thought.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at fisherinvestments.com. Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios. KHTK-AM Sacramento. KYMX HD2 Sacramento. Sacramento's official home for the San Francisco 49ers.
Touchdown! San Francisco!
Sactown Sports.
The only station in Sacramento giving you local sports coverage from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. Sactown Sports.
Jay Ross going to join us in just a moment here. Do you know who this artist is, Kyle? I did not know. Jay had to tell me.
This one I don't know.
Tell him, Jay.
Oh, serious? This is the great Chris Webber.
Chris Webber.
Featuring Corrupt.
Right here.
Yeah.
Okay.
I did not know that. Yeah, it's the Drive Guys here. Drapes is in San Francisco getting ready for his NBC Sports California post-game duties. Jay and I here in our Sacramento studios, and standing by for us in New Orleans. Of course, he is the host of the outstanding Ross and Others morning show here on Sactown Sports. Kings radio pre- and post-game host, the one and only Jason Ross. How are you, Jay Ross? He's not there yet. Sorry. We'll get him. We'll get him. What an introduction!
Great introduction.
Yeah,
too,
man.
You got to say that again. You got to say that again.
All right,
so he
we
hears
will.
you and can respond to that.
Yeah.
And he's the only reason I listen to that morning show anyway. So
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I will point out, as we did when we started the show, Jay and I very optimistic about tonight, and Drapes was just being pragmatic. He's excited, optimistic, but he was being pragmatic. And then you had Draymond Green saying it was going to be an easy Kings win. So we'll see what our next guest thinks of that, and what a guest he is. As we mentioned, he's the host of the Ross and Others morning show, Sactown Sports. Jay Ross, Jason Ross. How are you, Jay Ross?
What's up, Drive Guys? How are you?
Good. How's everything in the Big Easy? How you feeling today?
I'm feeling well. Look, I don't know, Whitey and Drapes, if you guys have any kind of superstitions going, but Mason Jones just hit 33 in a row from three. That's got to mean something, doesn't it? Yeah. 33 in a row.
Wow, that's Peja-esque.
It is.
You're already at the arena and everything. You're settled in already.
I'm taking it in, Kyle. This is a big one. You know it, Kyle. You've been in these big games. This is fun. This is what you play for. So happy with the way they played the other day, and now you got to see if you can rinse and repeat, because this team has been kryptonite so far to the Kings this year.
No, you're right, Jason. Let me ask you this: you've been walking the streets of New Orleans, I imagine. I saw our boy Carmichael Dave tweet out a picture of him in his Kings jersey. Have you seen any Kings fans out there in New Orleans?
I have. There's a few at the hotel where we're staying, and what's great is you could just say the universal greeting, light the beam, and everybody, does literally light up. And so there are a few here, and I hope, Kyle, by the end of the night, that we hear a little bit of those chants in this building.
Mm-hmm. Jason Ross with us from New Orleans. How repeatable do you think, Jason, is what the Kings did against the Warriors? How repeatable is that tonight, all things considered?
Yeah, that's my wish, but I feel like that's a wish at this point, Whitey. Doesn't mean that they can't play equally well, but that was so unique. I felt like they were just so locked in on a beautiful defensive game plan against the Warriors. I think what the Kings have to figure out is to crack the code of the matchups. For whatever reason, you guys know it, this has been the toughest one. They haven't had the lead at halftime in any of these games, or a second half lead. So, it's been how dominant the Pelicans have been. But, taking out Zion is important. He's not going to be here, obviously. It's just, I think they're the one of the few teams I can recall that does have a pretty good answer for Sabonis and length to put on Fox. Not many teams have both those entities to match with the Kings' two best players, but hey, I'm glad the Kings played Tuesday. They had an extra day thanks to that Flyers-Sixers hold setup. So I mean, they should be as confident, as ready as possible, but remains to be seen what happens in just a one-game setup like this.
Jason Ross joining us here on Sactown Sports 1140. Jason, you've been around, obviously, forever. You understand the history of the Sacramento and the Kings. Put into context what tonight's game means for the city, the organization, and just the history of the Kings.
Overall, 39 years in Sacramento, there's been 10 winning seasons. There's been, that many playoff appearances. This could be 11 if they get there. So, they haven't been that great of a winning franchise overall. There's been more playoff list years than playoff appearances. And this has been a good team. I think we've all kind of said that, but they haven't been great. And we understand what's happened at the end here, Kyle, with all the injuries, but that's the deal they've got. And they've got an opportunity here to go to OKC with a win. And honestly, guys, I actually think they match up pretty well with them, but they got to get through this. And so I think historically, to be in the one and done, they had never won a game like that until the other day against the Warriors. I know that was a huge lift for probably the community, but now you need to add to it. You need to make sure it's not just, that great Tuesday win and it ends tonight. You need to, back it up with another one here tonight and keep this going into the postseason.
Jason Ross, can you comment on reports/rumors that you and the High Flyer have really been enjoying the cuisine in New Orleans?
I can 100% confirm that. With no hesitation, that is, I don't know where you got it, but that's confirmed.
Where was dinner last night?
Well, dinner last night was not as appealing because there was just a whole snafu in Sacramento. It was an ordeal.
That's right. Okay.
To get, it was really more of a today meal, chapter 4. It's actually, I'm gonna brag on it. It's a family restaurant. I'm connected to that group, so it was legit. Henry loved the gumbo. He was living his best life down here, and I'm not too far behind. I'm loving what we're enjoying here. But hopefully it's on to OKC. But we shall see.
Jason, who are you looking for to have an impact game tonight? Is it De'Aaron? Does he have to be the star tonight? Domas win that matchup with Valanciunas, Keegan? Who are you looking at that needs to step up tonight?
I mean, the reality is probably everybody, Kyle, but to me, I'm going right to the stars. I mean, I think tonight has to be it can't be, De'Aaron was okay, Sabonis was okay. No, they have to win those matchups. And look, I think the other thing to really watch tonight is Brandon Ingram. I know he didn't play very well the other night, coming off injury, and he is capable of carrying a team. But if he's not quite right, now I feel like so much falls on CJ, and CJ without a fully right Brandon Ingram and Zion Williamson, I don't think will be as effective. So all that, we don't know how they'll play, but I think Sabonis and Fox have to be spectacular tonight, and I know they're capable of it.
J. Ross, just by virtue of the fact that Zion's not playing, how much simpler does that make the Kings' defensive game plan? Maybe not easier, but how much simpler is it without already having that mismatch facing you when the game starts?
Yeah, I'm anxious to see their defensive strategy because, I know they have to account for him or had to have. And the Pelicans, what they've done against the Kings, specifically PJ this year, he has absolutely lit them up from beyond the arc. So, if you don't have that inside presence and that force that you have to acknowledge for, Valanciunas will get his mid-range and some follow-up points in the paint. But this is a game they got to defend that perimeter, and I really think it may come down to who shoots the three better tonight. Kings were great. I didn't think they'd outshoot the Warriors by 8 more makes the other day. They may need another day like that where they're in the positive on the three-point differential.
Jason, how much do you think the optimism surrounding tonight's game from a Sacramento standpoint has to do with what happened Tuesday against Golden State versus the fact that Zion isn't playing tonight?
That's interesting because I hope it's more of the way they actually played. We know you can't take for granted no matter who's out. Zion's a terrific player, and he was playing really, really well. But I hope they're just excited off their own confidence. And I'm not even, I know, guys, it may feel like a throwaway game when they beat Portland the other day so easily, but I think they needed that for their own confidence then. And I think it was a tad bit overplayed about how they were playing going in because, yes, it's an end result is do you win or do you lose. But I think a lot of those games they had fourth quarter leads. I don't think they were far off from playing better than it felt, but they weren't closing. And to be able to close against the Warriors, to have that game get down to 1 like it did, I think we all felt, oh, man, here we go again. But they pushed back and got that lead north of 20. So I think that's going to be their biggest boost. There's some interesting vibes down here, guys. The Pelicans, they've lost 6 in a row at home. I know they're really down on Zion losing. They've had 2 chances to get in the playoffs already as a 6 seed. They blew that at home. They didn't get the 7 seed. I know they got a third try, but I don't. It's a weird feeling. I don't feel like they're as confident as they should be for a team that's owned the Kings 5-0.
And J. Ross, isn't Alvarado kind of hobbled right now as well?
Yeah. Really held together by duct tape. I mean, he's going to play. I mean, he's a gamer. He's a pest. He's actually really important to what they do. But he's not healthy. But he's gonna fight through that and play tonight. So that's something to watch for sure.
Jason Ross joining us, coming to us from New Orleans. First of all, how did you get this assignment, big fella? How am I here in San Francisco and you in the Big Easy hanging out on Bourbon Street all last night? Who do I need to call to get on this assignment?
I don't know. That's always my source. Lampson always has taken care of me over the years. No, it's been a thing where we have, traditionally have always traveled for the playoff games. This one was a weird one because by definition it's not, but it feels like it is. So, maybe it just makes it easier. Obviously, if they do win, and that's what we're hoping for, then it's on to OKC. We try to make the radio side a little bit bigger and better during the postseason, which hopefully will sound that way for the broadcast.
All right, J. Ross. Excuse me, J. Ross. I'm going to ask you what you think of this statement. I don't want to put you in a position where you might feel like you're going to jinx the team, but Draymond Green, as you probably know, Draymond Green on his podcast, he says, quote, "Without Zion in the game, the Kings should win this one pretty easily." What do you make of Draymond's assessment?
I think that's too much. I mean, I think they can win for sure. I mean, pretty easily. I don't see it, but you know what, guys? I think of the 4 options the other day. I said, okay, Kings could win close over the Warriors. Warriors could win close over the Kings. Warriors could blow out the Kings. Kings could blow out the Warriors. I'm like, well, there won't be a blowout by the Kings, and that did happen. I just did not see that happening the other day. I don't see that happening today. I feel like there's a lot more people thinking the Kings can win this game, which I like hearing. But there's part of me that also like that nobody thought they would beat the Warriors. I kind of like that role, just me personally, a little bit better. It doesn't. I don't think it bothers the Kings one way or the other, to be honest. But I like the underdog role. I think I just got to figure out how to beat these guys. I don't know why it's been so drastic. When you look at the 8 losses this year, 5 to the Pelicans and 3 to the Rockets. They have 8 of their losses to those 2 teams. Just bizarre. But I hope they figure it out today. Just have to be great for one more night.
Jason, does tonight, the outcome of tonight dictate whether or not this is a successful season?
I'm saying, and this is a tough one, because it's a little bit of semantics. We're in such a yes or no or black or white thing, but I think they've done some progress. Look, if you would have told me before the year, and you guys probably talked about it, that this team would be a top 15 defense, I would have figured they would have finished as a 3 or a 2 or a 1 seed. Mm-hmm. So they've done some things. They've grown. I think there's some built-in reasons maybe with the injuries, but I'm going off of their words. And the Kings said they wanted to progress. And to me, progress, I didn't even really care about the regular season. That to me was the playoffs. So that to me would be round 2. So, I mean, that's a pretty tough label, but they kind of put it on themselves. So yeah, I don't want to go as far as to say disappointing, but I don't know that they would deem it successful if they fall short tonight. I don't think they would.
All right, J. Ross, carry on. Thanks for your time. We appreciate it. Have fun tonight. We're looking forward to it. We'll talk to you soon. Sorry, we couldn't hear you there. We lost you. Oh, sorry about that. Thank you. Thanks, J. Ross.
Cut the cord down there.
Yeah.
Sabotaging it in New Orleans there.
Yes. The Kings finally have an identity. It should serve them well tonight. We're back with that. Drive Guys, Sactown Sports.
The New Orleans Pelicans have absolutely owned the Sacramento Kings this season. Sacramento seeking its first win against New Orleans and needs it or their season comes to an end. A loss and it's over. A win and they are the 8th seed and headed to OKC.
The rebound grabbed by Sabonis, hammers it back off the bounce. Another offensive rebound and another 2 points. The Kings have their biggest lead of the ballgame.
Get all the exciting play-by-play action starting at 6:30 Friday night on Sactown Sports.
Hello, I'm Frank Cockrell with Retirement Security Centers with a weekly economic update. With the recent passing of O.J. Simpson, we're reminded of many parts of his legal legacy. While he was found guilty in civil court for the wrongful deaths of Nicole Brown and Ron Goldman in order to pay their families $33.5 million, their families reportedly have only received a fraction of this. Simpson was a recipient of NFL and Screen Actors Guild pensions. Pensions are protected against forfeiture or attachment by creditors under the Employee Retirement Income Security Act. Many retirement plans share this liability protection, such as 401k accounts. Individual retirement accounts and 403b accounts, however, may not share the same levels of protection under ERISA. In California, for example, in your IRA, you can protect only what is necessary to support yourself and your dependents. A currently employed young person may have little protection, while an older unemployed person may have a higher level of protection afforded to them. Liability protection is an important part of a financial plan, not a concern relegated only to the infamous. How might this affect you or your family? Please go to frankontheradio.com to schedule an appointment, watch videos, and receive market updates. I'm ready to help you start your journey so you can define your future.
Frank Cockrell is a registered representative of Lincoln Financial Advisors Corporation, a broker-dealer member SIPC and registered investment advisor. Retirement Security Centers is not an affiliate of Lincoln Financial Advisors.
Seems like all this artificial intelligence stuff stirs up the age-old debate of man versus machine. Hi, it's Dan from the Good Feet store, and let me ask you, would you let a robot cut your hair? Would you rely on an app to teach a kid to ride a two-wheeler? Let's face it, some things require the human touch. People come to us seeking a solution to foot, leg, and back pain after trying all kinds of things recommended by in-store machines or website blurbs. An impersonal, generic approach to solving a problem that's unique to you. No wonder they usually don't work. At the Good Feet store, you'll meet with an arch support specialist who will take the time to learn about your needs, your feet, your lifestyle, and then fit you from over 300 models and sizes of arch supports, designed for pain relief, better balance, and more comfort. See what we can do for you with a free fitting. Just stop in or schedule an appointment. With over 200 stores, there's likely one near you. Find yours at goodfeet.com.
Everybody needs good feet.
Welcome to a brighter future with Aztec Solar, serving Sacramento since 1980. Everyone knows that solar saves money. How much? The answer is a few clicks away. Visit yourpowersavings.com. It's fast, easy, and reliable, giving you instant insight into your potential savings.
I used to pay $400 a month to the power company, and that $400 a month added up to $48,000 over the past 10 years. That all changed when I switched to solar with Aztec Solar.
Now it's your turn to stop overpaying for electricity. Calculate your solar savings right now at yourpowersavings.com. And Aztec Solar will email or text you how much you'll save every month. Plus, we've got an exclusive offer for you. Get your solar electrical system for just $9,995 cash price after incentives. Don't wait. This deal won't last forever. Visit yourpowersavings.com today and take the first step towards energy independence with Aztec Solar.
Your home for Kings basketball for over 25 seasons.
Sactown Sports.
So against a team that we haven't beaten this year, you go out there and you want to prove it to yourself that you can. So this is how the chips were laid. Obviously, they lost the Lakers 2 times in a row, so we have to be able to win this game. We want to get to where we want to get to.
De'Aaron Fox, was that yesterday, Jay? Practice? Woo! Kings and Pelicans coming up. Drapes, can we say this? And by the way, thanks to Drapes for being a good sport. You got Jason Ross, and he's at the Smoothie King. And then NBC Sports California, they got Drapes. Sounds like he's in a closet somewhere, but not a word of complaint from him. We appreciate that. Good for you.
Before we go on, hold on for a second. 2 things.
Yeah.
Give Jay some props for playing the legend, the Brother Lynch hung for me right there. Give it up for Jay. Good stuff, Jay. That's a Sacramento legend. Second of all, I love my job at NBC Sports California, Whitey. Great people here. But how do you have a conference room with no TV? Like, they used to have TV access here. You could change the channels. You could watch the game.
Yeah.
You can't even. So I'm sitting in this conference room. They got some great pictures up
I
here.
see The Rock behind you, though.
Yeah, you got Willie Mays. You got The Rock over here. You got, Ricky Henderson over there. Nate Thurman going against Lou Alcindor over there.
Wow.
Some great things. But I ain't got no TV, bro. I can't even. So during commercial breaks, I'm just sitting here twiddling my thumbs. Nobody's walking by. It's, dude, I am in a closet. It feels like I'm in a closet.
Everybody's working from home these days, Drapes. You know how that go, man.
It's like
Can't you
COVID
watch on your
back or
phone?
something.
Can't you watch on your phone or something?
Well, I got my iPad going. I'm watching some golf right now. I finally fired up my iPad here, watching LPGA golf, big LPGA.
Not watching the Eastern Conference game?
I'm about to switch it. Jay, it just tipped off. Calm down, young fella. Calm down.
Almost 4 minutes gone.
Man, they halfway through the first.
Are they really?
Yeah, it's 14-11.
And the bathrooms are like way on the other side. And I'll be honest with you, fellas, I'm sore today.
Oh, yeah.
That W last night.
Right.
I played that game and led my team to the W. So I'm sore right now.
You must be sore from carrying all those other guys to that victory.
Yeah, exactly. So we played 46 minutes. I probably played like 26 to 28 minutes.
What do you think your plus minus was? Was your team when you were on, what was your plus minus last night?
I was definitely a plus. I was definitely there's no doubt about it. I was definitely a plus. And I knocked down 2 critical free throws as well. I knocked down the foul shot. So
you shooting 100% from the free throw line?
Yeah, 100%.
That boy from the stripe.
Line. So I just need to work on my conditioning, fellas. Everything else is on point. The conditioning is what got me.
How about the state of your trash talking game? How well developed was that last night?
I like that.
Nah, it was preseason for him. I didn't give it that much. I was on my best behavior because I took Jay's advice. I didn't want to go viral by getting to a fight, talking trash or anything. And plus, we were kicking their butt for the first half, so it was chill. And then, I came out in the second half. They went on a run, and it frustrated me.
So you were what, Keegan Murray trash talk? You're like at the Keegan Murray level right now? Or are you above Keegan?
No, it was De'Aaron Fox. Like, if you talk to me,
all right,
then I would come back. I wouldn't start it, but I could finish it. That's how it was.
I'm waiting for the KG level, Whitey. That's what I'm waiting on. When you're snatching balls out out people's hands. And
I know. Somebody tried to take a shot after the whistle. I jump up and slap it out of here.
And watch it go in. Yeah.
I was talking to the referees, though. I do have a running commentary with the refs. I'm like Luka Doncic when it comes to the referees. I'm always yapping to them. And
do you think it helps? I mean, are they on your side?
I think so. They know who I am. Like one time, it was late in the game, and the guy, we got 16 fouls. The next foul, they're shooting free throws.
Yeah.
And the guy on my team, and we're up 2. The guy on my team, and this is like 30 seconds left. The guy on my team is pressuring the ball and gets called for a touch foul.
Yeah.
A foul. And then the ref comes over and is like, don't that guy understand you guys are in the penalty here with the next foul? Why would he, And so, it was kind of frustrating, man. We did everything possible to give that game away last night.
Yeah, nice one. That's good to get that first one under your belt, huh?
Yeah, but I'm sore. Like, let me ask you guys this, because you guys are athletes. When your knees and ankles are sore, that's probably a weight thing. Like, I got to get my conditioning and get my weight down, man. I'm not at my playing weight right now. The joints are aching.
Yeah, I had like one time in my life in the 9th grade, a sore knee. My knees were never, I was really lucky.
Man, you said 9th grade?
Ankles were just, they like, I try to sneak up on my wife sometimes. She's like, I could hear your ankles creaking. You can't sneak up on me. But my knees were always just fine. So I was lucky with that.
Yeah, I'm with you, Drapes. I think it's just something that we kind of talked about yesterday, which is it's going to, you got to get your Shaq on. You got to get your Luka Doncic on. It's going to take you 3 or 4 games to get into the playing shape. And then once, playoffs roll around, you'll be cooking with Crisco. You'll be cooking with grease by that time.
Yeah.
So just don't worry about it. You get a couple little calisthenics in between, the games and the game will allow you. How many games you guys play in a week? One? Just one, right?
No, just one a week.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jay, it sounds like he's already getting ready to manage his load.
Load management.
Draper's load management.
No, I'm a competitor, man. If I can make it schedule-wise, I will be there.
Yes, sir.
And I'm the type, if I'm tired, I'm coming out of the game. We had this one big guy. He wasn't that big, not much bigger than me, but he played the entire second half. And I'm like, dog, I don't care who you are. You could be Rajon Rondo. You could be De'Aaron Fox. If you're playing 20 minutes straight, you're going to be tired. Like, he didn't want to come out of the game. And it's like, man. And so finally at the start of overtime, I said, bro, have a seat. I'll take over. at least let me get out there for a minute while you get your second win. Because he's a good player, but you can see it was diminishing returns. Like he was going downhill because he was gassed.
Yeah. So are you like the coach too?
Like Bill Russell of the Kings.
He said Bill Russell.
Player coach.
I'm not the coach, but I assumed that role because when we had one possession left to win the game in regulation, I sort of drew up a play on the side. I didn't have a clipboard.
On what?
I sort of drew up
on the iPhone? You drew up the play on the iPhone? You downloaded it?
I didn't have a whiteboard or anything, but I just sort of instructed guys.
What'd you run? Did you run the hammer?
No, I did the high horn set, the double high horn.
Two at the top?
Did they run it right?
No, I didn't really run that. So I had our point guard, who is probably in the most best shape.
Yeah.
I had him start in the backcourt, get the running start. Somebody set a screen for him, and then he gets that
spray three. Start. Here come the spray three.
Throw it to you for the shot. Yeah,
but he took the shot, but he missed the shot though. He had a good look, but missed.
That's all right. That's all you can get. You drop a play, you get a good shot. Then that was a good play.
Yeah.
Well, that sounds great, and we're just starting the season, so we got a lot to look forward to there. Do you think if the Kings win tonight, does that mean that the loss to the Pistons, the loss to the Wizards, the loss to Portland up there, the loss to Charlotte, all those bad losses, loss to Miami, does all that is like, we're good, it doesn't matter? Does all that, the Kings chased a lot of demons out of the house, exercised a lot of demons by beating the Warriors. All those demons from this year, it's a bad loss. If they win tonight, is all that just goes away? Doesn't matter?
100%.
Wow. How about that?
100%. Because the goal was to get to the playoffs. And let's say you do win those games against Detroit. Maybe you're the 6th seed. Maybe you're the 7th seed and got Denver in the first round.
Yeah.
Or Minnesota in the first round. I like our position if we handle business tonight. That means we're the 8th seed. We go against the 1, Oklahoma City. A month or two ago, we were, handicapping teams we wanted to face. And I didn't hear anybody in our station, in our studio, on the street say, I don't want to see Oklahoma City in the first round. So no, whatever happened in the regular season doesn't matter as long as you take care of tonight.
How about that? When we come back, we'll tell you what one expert who's very familiar with the Kings, what he says tonight could very well come down to in the most crucial closing seconds. Next with the Drive Guys on Sactown Sports.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sactown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sactown Sports app.
Welcome to the April Adventure sales event at Kia Vacaville, where they're ushering a new season with unbeatable lease options for their 2024 lineup. As April blooms with possibilities, it's the perfect time to discover the thrill of driving a Kia, featuring the luxurious and versatile Kia Telluride. During April Adventures, Kia Vacaville is excited to unveil their top models with irresistible lease offers. Feel the exhilaration of the all-new Kia Sportage, blending captivating design with dynamic performance. Experience the impressive fuel efficiency of the Kia Niro, a hybrid wonder that stretches your adventures further. And don't miss out on the chance to boost your journeys with the luxurious comfort and practicality of the Kia Telluride. Available now at Kia Vacaville. Embrace the look of spring with their eco-friendly Kia hybrid options, tailored for those who seek efficiency without sacrificing style, with the EV9 in stock. Kia Vacaville is your premier destination for electric excitement. Model availability, lease options, and features may vary. For more details, visit Kia Vacaville and embark on your April adventure today. Power Business Technology is proud to be 100% independent, locally owned, and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a 2022 Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at PowerCopier.com.
At Fasteners Inc., we believe adding quality power tools to your lineup shouldn't break the bank. That's why we're hosting the biggest Milwaukee tool sale of the year in Sacramento. On top of insane deals on Milwaukee power tools, all Milwaukee pack-out storage boxes, hand tools, and tool accessories will be 25% off. So come on down on April 27th to the Milwaukee Tool Sanity Sale at Fasteners Inc. Tool Outlet on Power Inn Road in Sacramento. For more info, visit fastenersinc.net.
So you just used bug spray in your home. Now what? Well, between the waiting and waiting for things to dry up and keeping your family away from the mess, it hits you. You could have used Zevo. Unlike other bug sprays that stick around, Zevo goes from kill to clean in seconds. Plus, it's safe for use around people and pets when used as directed. Zevo, people-friendly, bug-deadly.
You go into your shower feeling, but as soon as you reach for the Irish Spring, your day immediately gets better. That crisp, fresh, unmistakable Irish Spring scent zings your brain and awakens your senses. So when you finally emerge from the shower, 37 minutes later, because you pay the water bill so you can stay in there as long as you want, you're ready to take on the day and smell great doing it. Irish Spring Body Wash and Bar Soap. Fresh, green, Irish. Shop now at Walmart.
So here's a fact. 85% of the population will suffer from foot pain in their lifetime. That's almost everyone. So you'd think there'd be plenty of healthy long-term remedies, but there just aren't, right? Hi, I'm Dan from the Good Feet store. You know, people come in all the time sharing the same frustrating story. Bought this, tried that, been there, done whatever, all different kinds of things, but all with a similar result. Nothing. A discouraging and endless cycle of disappointment. If this rings a bell, don't despair. There is hope. If you think you've tried everything, you probably haven't tried Good Feet Arch Supports from the Good Feet store. They're designed to relieve, even eliminate, the pain commonly caused by certain foot conditions like plantar fasciitis, bunions, flat feet, and others. Plus, provide better balance and increased comfort. See what we can do for you with a free arch support fitting. Just stop in or schedule an appointment. With over 200 stores, there's likely one in your neck of the woods. Find yours at goodfeet.com.
Everybody needs Good Feet.
I'm Ken Korak with your Green and Gold Report, brought to you by Xfinity 10G, the network made for streaming. Well, as the A's continue this final season in Oakland, I think it's important to remember that the Coliseum has been home to some of the greatest names in the game. August 17th, before the A's play the Giants, the A's will honor Jose Canseco, Terry Steinbach, Miguel Tejada, Bill King, Dick Williams, and Eddie Juice from the Philly days as the latest members of the A's Hall of Fame.
Want more speed? Well, Xfinity just increased their internet speeds, and they're faster than ever. It's time to get more out of your internet with faster speeds from Xfinity. Now through June 21st, get 150 megabit Xfinity internet for only $19.99 a month for 12 months with a 1-year contract. That's double the speed for the same great price. Click, call, or visit a store today. Requires paperless billing and autopay with stored bank account. Restrictions apply. Equipment, taxes, and other charges extra. After promo, regular rates apply. Actual speeds vary.
707, all the way to the 916. Yeah. Up and out of Sacramento. Up and out of Sacramento.
Your flagship station for the Beam Team, Sactown Sports.
I just want to real quickly say thank you to Kyle Draper because he actually gave me this shirt. He got this shirt Tuesday. They were giving out the Field Award shirts, and Drake had a couple. Yeah, he had a couple, and I think we were kidding about giving one to Jason Dumas. And then he gave it to me, and I said, well, can I have this? He said, yeah. I said, well, give it to, somebody some of your family. So he said, no, you got it. So thank you, Drapes. Coach Draper, thank you. I appreciate the T-shirt.
Looks good on you, man. Looks good.
I appreciate that. Yeah.
And you don't have to wear that one from 2000 that you've been wearing,
That was yes, that's always stayed in the rotation.
Right?
Although it is kind of a questionable Pacific Division, because the Kings won the division a year when the Lakers won the championship. So, yeah, you won the division, but they won the whole thing. So it's a little iffy. You're right.
Yeah. Do you have last year's Pacific Division championship? I don't even know if they made one.
Yeah, they didn't that I know of.
I don't think they did.
Yeah. Somebody on the chat here, and I'm sure you can see this too, Drape, says you got The Rock behind you, as we discussed. That's a good omen.
Good omen. Right there.
Compio says, hey, this is Shaq. Icy hot, Drapes. That's what you need for your knees.
That's the problem, man. When you play ball, it takes me like a week to recover. That's why I stopped playing because, I just don't, the recovery. I need the ice tub, the cold tub, seriously.
Yeah, that's the thing. Playing a game, yeah, okay, but then get ready for the next one. Tough. 339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. Dino joins us on Sactown Sports. Hello, Dino.
Hey, Drake.
What's up?
Hey, Drake. Man, I was driving down the 99, man. I swear to God, I almost got in an accident listening to you, laughing as hard as I was.
What'd I say? What I do this time? I didn't do nothing. What happened?
I'm talking about your game, man. I said, man, this guy's jacking the fool.
I told you, man, Dino, I was on triple-double watch, baby. You know how we do Domas in the first quarter? Well, with like 3 minutes left in the game, they're like, Drapes, you got 6, 6, and 6, big fella. You guys be hearing that triple-double, man,
Hey, Drapes, check it out, Drapes. I got to get your schedule, freak, so I can go watch you, and then I can critique you.
I welcome that smoke because, and let me tell you, after the game, I'm walking to my car, and one of my teammates came up to me and was like, man, you had some really good moves, man. You're a great passer, especially out of the post. And I'm like, I know. I told you, I patterned my game after Magic Johnson, fellas. I'm like the modern day Magic Johnson minus the extracurricular stuff off the court.
There you go.
Hey, check it out. When you were talking about you jumped up and you swatted that ball, I said, man, what's Drake's vertical leap? Because every time I watch you on TV, I said, man, this guy ain't got no hops when he said I got in the air.
Now, hold on. Now, Dino, you're getting disrespectful now, big fella. I challenge you one-on-one any day. You know what? We're going to have to do a Drapes challenge, fellas. One-on-one out at the park. Hey. Let's go to 9th and Q right now. I'll take on anybody.
Hey, Drake, on the serious, man, you got to get those knees and that gut down. I'm telling you.
Dude,
Thank you, Dino.
Good. What work do you do, Dino? What kind of exercise you do?
He's gone. We had to let him go.
Just got it, Dino.
We had to let him go. Triple-double watch. I like that. Hey, Trace, you got 6, 6, and 6.
Got 6, 8, and 4. You want triple-double watch?
That's tremendous. Yes. Yeah, so everybody's excited. By the way, Dino mentioned going to see you play, and it's a private club, so you can't really do that. But I'm hoping some video emerges at some point.
They do record the games.
Yeah.
Do they?
Yes. There's somebody there recording the games. I need to find out.
GoPro.
Do that?
Sound like a GoPro.
Well, it sounds to me like the video of you last night should be sent straight to Springfield and the Basketball Hall of Fame.
Yes.
Yes. That was an epic performance.
You know what? I actually felt good. Like the shots didn't fall, but trust me, I didn't embarrass myself or anything. Like, the conditioning was off. But the form was good. The IQ was high. Like
that's
I played
tremendous.
My game yesterday.
Yeah, and just we're obligated to point out that Kyle set the over/under on points yesterday. The under pays. If you had the under, because he said it a little high, but
it's only on game 1 though, right? Come game 3, 4.
Yeah,
right.
He's in shape,
right?
And I'm playing with guys I don't even know. Like that, you know how it is. That first game, it's like you're trying to feel out each other's game, see who does what. And,
sure, especially you, because you do that. They don't do that. They just play, but you're the one that has to figure out everybody's game, the more cerebral approach, and how it all fits together with your game.
Exactly. Like I need to figure out who's the shooters on our team,
right?
Who's the good low post player.
Where the shooters like the ball. Where does this guy like it here, or where they like it? You got a lot to figure out,
Whitey. It's just not running up and down the court, big fella. There's a lot of thinking that goes in it.
Absolutely. What do you think of this? This is from our friend Anthony Slater. Did a little preview in the Athletic of the game tonight. He says, quote, "What tonight may very well come down to, if the game remains close deeper into the fourth quarter, it does feel like it'll turn into Fox against Herb Jones on the night's crucial possessions to see whether the elite scorer or the elite defender can bring his team to the playoffs." What do you think of that?
I like that. I like that analysis. And because if De'Aaron can win that matchup, then it's lights out for the Pelicans.
Yes.
If Herb Jones bottles up De'Aaron Fox and makes life difficult for him, I think our offense is going to be hard to score. But I agree with Anthony Slater. That might be the key matchup in terms of if the Kings are going to have success, if De'Aaron Fox can get by Herb Jones, or like I said earlier too, Whitey, can the Kings draw up something to free De'Aaron Fox, make life easier for De'Aaron Fox so he doesn't have to go one-on-one against Herb Jones?
Right. Play him off the ball a little bit. We've talked about that. They've talked about that. More importantly, a lot of options with as many guards as the Kings have in the rotation now.
Yeah, exactly. And, and that was something I noticed against the Warriors too. And even, Sunday against Portland, De'Aaron off the ball, Keon bringing it up, Davion bringing it up. I think, that does a couple of things. Obviously, it doesn't wear De'Aaron out, especially against a matchup like tonight. I don't want De'Aaron to have to bring it up full court because Herb Jones is going to pressure him. I don't want him to get worn out like that. And so it'll be interesting to see if they add some new wrinkles into their offense here tonight.
And it's going to be interesting to see what the state is of this Pelicans team, because there are indications that they're starting to come apart a little bit. Maybe not. Obviously, they've been so successful against the Kings. Maybe just seeing the Kings out there snaps them back into it. But Zion's out. Ingram was unhappy with the last game, wasn't playing well enough to stay on the floor. Alvarado's hurt. They're losing all these home games. You know that the crowd, they don't have great crowds there typically. How excited is a crowd going to be tonight when that team's lost 6 straight home games? So there's an opportunity, a great opportunity for the Kings to do what Antonio Daniels says they must do in this game, which is get off to that big start that you were talking about.
Yeah, 100%. Now, who are you looking at tonight, Whitey? Is it a Fox game? Is it a Keegan Murray game? Is it everybody? And to me, that's the easy answer. When you look at the box score tomorrow, big fella, who's the name you're going to be looking for?
Everybody has to do their job. Like nobody can have one of those dreadful nights. Like you look at some of these box scores against New Orleans. There have been some bad nights, but De'Aaron and one other guy, presumably Keegan, but maybe it's HB. We've seen it from him. One of those other players has to go. One of those front court starters, in my opinion, has to have that big, about 30, and then De'Aaron has to have a big night, and everybody else fills in. I think that's what you need. But it's got to be Keegan or Barnes.
Yeah, I like Harrison Barnes, and here's why. He's a veteran. He's a guy that's won championships. I thought what he did in the second half against the Warriors was a veteran kind of presence that we needed. You needed some buckets. You needed him to step up, and he delivered. Tonight, I need the same from Harrison Barnes. It doesn't mean 25 or 30 or anything like that, but it needs to be double figures. I'd say he needs to have a presence on it because we talked about it earlier too. Ingram, whoever he guards, you got to make him work on the defensive end. You can't just be out there standing in the corner, Harrison Barnes, and Brandon Ingram is, picking his toenails, cutting his toe, hanging out. Like, you got to make this dude engage defensively.
Yeah.
I'm with you. I think Harrison Barnes and Keegan, those two guys, I'd like to see them have a great nights tonight.
Don't you think for HB, when he found out there's no Zion, that's probably like you or me when we find out, 2-hour show today, right? It's like, what? No, Zion's not playing. So obviously the game of this magnitude is not like a walk in the park, but I mean, that just changes his obligations.
Yeah, but the only difference is when I hear there's a 2-hour show, I mail it in usually, you know what I mean? I give
I do know that.
Yeah, you understand that, right? And so we need Harrison Barnes to think that Zion is playing, act like he is playing.
Okay, I got you.
Mindset, like he got a 6-hour show. Yes.
Yeah. 339-1140, 1-800-920-1140 as we wrap things up here. What the heck? Maybe we have to look ahead to see what would happen if the Kings win tonight as well. Next year with the Drive Guys, Sactown Sports.
The Sacramento Kings play here.
He's got the triple. Sacramento takes the lead. Outstanding ball movement by Sacramento.
Every triple, every jam, every Kings win.
Sabonis with the jam over the Joker. He's got the 3-point shot.
Get your Kings fix all season long.
Right here on your home of the Sacramento Kings.
Here's a steal by Fox, the breakaway. He's got the rip with the left hand.
Sactown Sports at SactownSports.com.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Bonnie.
I'm meteorologist Heather Waldman in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. Cool this evening with an onshore breeze. Temperatures will start off in the low 50s Saturday morning. Scattered clouds to start. Plenty of afternoon sun with highs in the upper 70s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA News and the KCRA app.
Imagine taking a nice warm bath in your shower. Let's fix that. Right now, get that clogged drain unclogged for just $67. Plumbing, sewer, electric, heating, and air. Bonnie.com. Some restrictions apply. License 696-355.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram in Woodland. Chad, what's happening for Ram Truck Month?
We are very excited to be celebrating 75 years in business. And what better way to celebrate than helping you get the hard-to-find heavy-duty Ram you've been looking for less. Right now, you can save up to $8,000 off MSRP on new 2024 Ram 2500 Tradesman Crew Cabs. And with California's biggest selection of new Ram trucks, you're sure to find the truck you need.
75 years. That's incredible, dude.
It all started with my grandpa and great-grandpa's dream, and it's grown over the years to where we've had a chance to serve tens of thousands of customers and show them there's something special about Hoblet you just can't get at those big city auto mall dealerships.
Come experience the difference at California's #1 Ram truck dealer. Search, select, and save through their whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet, period.
8,000 total net savings after 4,000 factory rebates and 4,000 dealer discounts. Rebates include 1,500 commercial bonus cash and 500 first responder bonus cash. Must be current member of eligible First Responder Association. 5 with this discount. See dealer for details.
Thinking of remodeling your home? Say goodbye to endless internet searches and visit Subcontractors United. Find a list of 3 pre-qualified and licensed contractors in each home service category. From cabinets to landscapers and everything in between, Subcontractors United makes finding qualified contractors free and easy, with no accounts to set up. Visit subcontractorsunited.com and experience the joy of stress-free home improvement. Save time and money at subcontractorsunited.com.
Jiffy Lube has a special promotion going on right now. Simply purchase a Pennzoil Platinum full synthetic oil change at Jiffy Lube and receive a $25 e-gift card from popular brands for food, gas, and more. It's that easy. Simply purchase a Pennzoil Platinum full synthetic oil change and receive a $25 e-gift card. So basically, going to Jiffy Lube can get you a free lunch or a pizza for dinner. That's what we call added value for the consumer. That's why Jiffy Lube is #1 in the greater Sacramento area for oil changes. Visit jiffylube.com for more details and valuable coupons today.
So you just used bug spray in your home. Now what? Well, between the waiting and waiting for things to dry up and keeping your family away from the mess, it hits you. You could have used Zevo. Unlike other bug sprays that stick around, Zevo goes from kill to clean in seconds. Plus, it's safe for use around people and pets when used as directed. Zevo, people-friendly, bug-deadly.
For the ones who work hard to ensure their crew can always go the extra mile, and the ones who get in early so everyone can go home on time, there's Grainger, offering professional-grade supplies backed by product experts so you can quickly and easily find what you need. Plus, you can count on access to a committed team ready to go the extra mile for you. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Whether you prefer thrills or serenity, the 2024 Accord from Elk Grove Honda delivers both. With Honda Sensing Standard, the 2024 Accord is once again a winner of the 2024 Car and Driver's 10 Best Cars, making Honda the winningest brand in car and driver award history. Drive a 2024 Accord Hybrid and see for yourself what the fuss is all about. We're Elk Grove Honda in the Elk Grove Auto Mall, Highway 99 at Elk Grove Boulevard.
I gotta get an Elk Grove Honda.
Power Business Technology is proud to be 100% independent, locally owned, and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a 2022 Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at PowerCopier.com.
They do not know what Sactown brings. When on the low, that's a Sactown thing. Talking about us, it's a bounce out thing. Must they forgot we some Sacramento Kings. Whole squad going crazy, yeah, we back with it. Northern Cali going crazy, one sack winning. If you doubted us, then ain't no backspinning.
The Drive Guys powering your afternoons Monday through Friday on Sactown Sports.
Inching closer and closer to game time, and of course game night. Game night coming up top of the hour. Scott Marsh and the high flyer and returner in New Orleans, Kyle Draper, Whitey Gleason wrapping things up here. Drapes in San Francisco, and Drape says even in San Francisco, even at the NBC Sports California building, there's excitement about the Kings tonight, huh?
Yeah, I saw some people walking around with Kings gear on, believe it or not. Yeah, they got their Kings gear on. Domantas Sabonis jersey I saw downstairs. And, you know, we're all pulling for the Kings tonight. It's good for business for these guys down here. And so this is us representing Northern California and trying to get into the playoffs.
Mm-hmm. So there's not Warrior fans in the building that are still a little upset? A little down on the dumps over what the Kings did to him?
There's one girl I talked to. Her name's Erica. She's like, I just hate Domantas Sabonis. I just can't stand him. And I'm like, what? Who hates Domantas? I was like, oh, you're one of those.
Yeah.
Yeah, what he did to Draymond in the playoffs last year and everything. And I'm like, oh.
Wow.
What he did to Draymond?
Real hate, man. That's like an art form.
Yeah. He stuck his chest right in the way of Draymond's foot. Yeah,
right, exactly. She's one of those, and so nice woman. But man, once she said that, I was like, and she's from Vacaville too, guys. She's from Vacaville, so she's right down the street from us.
Yeah, but she borderline.
Yeah,
that's the thing. She borderline, Drapes. You
Fairfield, Vacaville. Yeah,
you know, Fairfield cats, they want to be from the Bay. You know, Vacaville, they same situation. Nah, you closer this way. You might as well come jump with the capital.
Right. That's
you know, so you got to check them type of people, Drapes. Be careful of them right there, man. They line jumpers.
That's the border.
Playing the Warriors now, and I'm like, nah, you can't do that.
Yeah, I think it's so funny that there's so many, not just Warrior fans, but fans around the league that really hate the beam. It just must show how much it irritates them, how great it is. The stupid beam, right? The beam is really great. It's one of the things made last year so great, but it just cracks me up. The beam, I think the beam is stupid. And it's just because they don't have it.
Right, exactly. They're jealous that, you know, they didn't think of it first. And
yes.
Why does that bother them so much, you know? I mean, and here's the thing. I think it's because the Kings are good now. Like, if we were bad, we'd be the laughing stock of the league, like the beam.
Yes.
But, you know, they got to take us legit. When we go down to L.A. and take over Crypto.com Arena, that makes them feel a certain way. Same thing tonight at the Smoothie King Center. You know, we're going to take over that. I guarantee you. There's a big contingent of Kings fans down there. They understand how important this game is tonight.
That's exciting. 339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. Matt has been standing by. Matt, you're on the Drive Guys. Last call of the show, so make it count, baby.
I feel good about that. I'm just going to say I'm excited. I think that, you know, during the season, we either play the way we do when we play the Pistons or a team like the Clippers. I think we're going to play the Pelicans like we played those better teams because they beat us so many times this year. And that's a team that usually we get those wins. I also want to see if we aren't making those shots like we did against Warriors, are we going to keep shooting or are we going to drive and get those calls and win this game? Because I don't want to live and die by those shots. And that's caused us a lot of issues throughout the season. But I'm excited, and I'm looking at Sabonis because, you know, I don't want to bring up the past, but that Warrior series, we needed him and Herter. I need him to show up tonight and bring that aggressive nature, and let's get this win.
Thank you, Matt. I appreciate that very much. It's a good point you raised. It's funny, though, Drapes, honestly, when Matt said that, I had to think, wait, what is he? Oh, yeah, Sabonis didn't play well last year in the postseason. The way he played against the Warriors, this isn't even really the playoffs. To me, right now, that's not a thing. Should it be? Am I just looking at this through purple glasses?
No, I don't think it's a thing. I don't think it's something that, you know, because I feel like the way the this Valanciunas matchup is going to be different than Looney. And, you know, I think it's totally different this time around.
Yeah, and Valanciunas is an issue for him. I think it's more Valanciunas than any sort of playoff troubles for Domantas Sabonis. Should I say what happens to the Kings if they win, or would someone feel like I was jinxing things?
Go ahead.
All right, if the Kings win, when are they back at G1C? Well, game one in this the next series, if the Kings win, would be OKC Sunday at 6:30. Game 2 would be Wednesday at 6:30, and then Game 3 would be in Sacramento Saturday the 27th at 12:30. And game 4 would be Monday after that. We don't have a time for that yet. But it would be, if they win tonight, Sunday at 6:30 in OKC, Wednesday at 6:30, game 3, week from tomorrow at the Golden One Center, 12:30.
12:30, huh?
Yeah.
Early. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, Drapes. Have a great call tonight. We appreciate it. We'll talk to you on Monday.
All right, fellas. Let's light that beam.
Light the beam. Stick around for game night next right here on Sactown Sports.
We lighting beams and we're ringing cowbells on people.
MBG and the J. Golden One where I'm finna be. Know I paid for them good seats. Cause the Kings go crazy. Let me see that triple-double. Jersey on and they in trouble. Hit him with the assist. Let's go, need a win. Purple on for that royalty.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets with nowhere to go. I didn't think I'd survive. But I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year. For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there.
Covenant House helped me break the cycle of homelessness in my family. They gave me the love that I needed.
Over 2,000 young people will sleep safely in a Covenant House bed tonight. When youth who are experiencing homelessness have a hot meal, a safe place to sleep, medical care, and love, they can overcome heartbreaking challenges and have a brighter future.
They just really genuinely just wanted to help me succeed, and I'm succeeding. I'm a speaker, I'm an author. Covenant House really helped me and really helped mold me into the woman I am today.
If you or someone you love is asking for help, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
Welcome to a brighter future with Aztec Solar, serving Sacramento since 1980. Everyone knows that solar saves money. How much? The answer is a few clicks away. Visit yourpowersavings.com. It's fast, easy, and reliable, giving you instant insight into your potential savings.
I used to pay $400 a month to the power company, and that $400 a month added up to $48,000 over the past 10 years. That all changed when I switched to solar with Aztec Solar.
Now it's your turn to stop overpaying for electricity. Calculate your solar savings right now at yourpowersavings.com. And Aztec Solar will email or text you how much you'll save every month. Plus, we've got an exclusive offer for you. Get your solar electrical system for just $9,995 cash price after incentives. Don't wait. This deal won't last forever. Visit yourpowersavings.com today and take the first step towards energy independence with Aztec Solar.
Hi, everyone. It's Evan Pilati, host of the True Sports Card Show here on Sactown Sports 1140 every Saturday at 10 a.m. Would you like a chance to meet Ricky Henderson, Dennis Rodman, Johnny Manziel, Randy Johnson, Frank Thomas, Vlad Guerrero Sr., Dave Stewart, and our favorite Malik Monk, and meet over 90 sports card dealers all in one weekend? This is your chance to do it on May 17th through the 19th at the Roseville Fairgrounds at the Sacramento Autograph Expo. You can get all the information about the show on our website at sacautograph.expo.com. That's sacautograph.expo.com.
You've been waiting all winter for the snow to melt and the golf course to awaken. It's time for your long-awaited spring golf getaway to Plumas Pines Golf Resort in beautiful Gray Eagle, California. The timing is perfect to take advantage of Plumas Pines Spring Special. You can walk the course for $75 or ride for $90, available 7 days a week through May 23rd. Beneath towering pines adjacent to the Feather River, Plumas Pines Golf Resort offers a spectacular round of mountain golf. You'll love the grandeur of the Sierra, the calmness of Gray Eagle, and the wonderful test of golf at Plumas Pines with spring special rates of $75 to walk and $90 to ride 7 days a week until May 23rd. Make your reservation at plumaspinesgolf.com. Whether you visit for the day or stay a few days, Plumas Pines Golf Resort will make your play memorable. Visit plumaspinesgolf.com and make your tee time reservations for the spring special rates available 7 days a week. That's plumaspinesgolf.com.
Have you made a mistake in your past that you want removed from your record? At the Gonzalez Law Office, we know that good people make mistakes. Restore your rights. Clear your record. Call us at 916-304-9187. That's 916-304-9187 or at saclegaldefense.com. Do you have a pending criminal case or injured in an accident? At the Gonzalez Law Office, we handle all criminal and injury cases. We don't settle for less, and neither should you. Call the Gonzalez Law Office at 916-304-9187 or visit us at saclegaldefense.com.
With a variety of weekly promotions, there's something for everyone to enjoy at a Sacramento River Cats game. Don't miss a Toyota Family Value Tuesday featuring $2 hot dogs and $2 ice cream, or Thirsty Thursday featuring ice cold beer. Join us on Smut Orange Fridays for happy hour and live music. And don't forget to stick around postgame every Friday and Saturday night as we light up the sky with postgame fireworks. Find all promotional details at rivercats.com and make your plans to head out to Sutter Health Park this season.
Hey there, wanted to take a moment of your time so I could talk to you about insecurity. I could talk to you about confidence. I could talk to you about girth. Yeah, what? Girth? Yeah, okay. Let me tell you about the Upsize Clinic at upsizematters.com. My good friend, Dr. Jack, and his friend, Dr. Pash in San Francisco, have a safe, effective, long-lasting doctor-performed procedure. It's non-surgical, virtually pain-free. Now listen, girth is consistently ranked as the most important attribute. What Dr. Jack and Dr. Pash are offering is a free consultation. The procedure can be done on the same day as your consultation and get that confidence back. Reset in the bedroom with your partner. Financing is available. It's very private. It's very discreet. Available in Roseville with Dr. Jack and San Francisco with Dr. Pash at upsizematters.com. That's upsizematters.com.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, KHTK-AM Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento, the only station in Sacramento giving you local sports coverage from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday.
Sactown Sports.
It's time for game night, getting you ready for Sacramento Kings basketball.
He's got the bucket.
Game night is presented by Power Business Technology, your locally owned and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Contact them at 844-POWER-BZ or visit them at powercopiers.com. Here's your host, Scott Marsh, alongside the high flyer, Henry Turner.
And a very pleasant good afternoon to you. Welcome into game night right here, Sactown Sports 1140. Scott Marshall on with the high flyer, Henry Turner. Stakes couldn't be higher tonight for the Kings. Survive and advance, lose and go home. Kings and Pelicans coming your way 90 minutes from now. The G-Man will have the call beginning at 6:30. High Flyer and we will take you until 6 o'clock tonight, getting you ready for Kings Live pregame. I'm coming to you live from the Sactown Sports 1140 studios. My man, the High Flyer, is on site, Smoothie King Arena in New Orleans. High Flyer, how are you, my man?
Scotty B, what's up, baby?
I'm doing great. I just don't know why I'm not with you right now, man. I am jealous that you are there for the game of the year.
Hey, you know what? I'm so excited about being here, Scott. To be on the road, to see this do or die game for these Sacramento Kings. This here is something special. This is like a game 7. It's all about what you bring here tonight. They haven't opened the bowl yet, so that you really can't test the energy.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, it was a couple of people that was at the hotel, and every time somebody sees Sacramento, the first thing they scream is "Light the beam." That is awesome.
That is so cool. And of course, if you want to call in, you can as well. 916-339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. We're up and running in our YouTube chat. You can join us there as well. Sactown Sports at YouTube. Catch us there. We want to hear from you today. It's all about you, the fans, our community, as we get ready for the Kings, obviously coming off, I would say, the biggest win at Golden One Center history, 118-94, beating the Warriors, sending them home. The Kings advancing, and Henry, we're going to focus on tonight, of course, but we have to go back to Tuesday night because what a special night that was for Sacramento.
Yeah, you just alluded to it, Scott. Probably and arguably one of the best games has ever been played in G1. These Kings really came out and set the tone. They got it done. Offensively, defensively, that was the first time. I'm trying to think back. I want to go back to, the playoff run with the Golden State Warriors where we played such good basketball the first 2 games. But I'll tell you what, that game might have been the best full game, 48 minutes I've seen the Kings play.
No doubt. They got off to a terrific start. And obviously, Keegan Murray set the tone with those 11 quick points.
Oh, yeah. Keegan came out and got it done offensively. But, Scott, I think defensively it goes to the Fox man. I thought De'Aaron came out uber focused on the defensive end. He was very aggressive, going for steals early. De'Aaron is that type of guy to where he's so talented, Scott, and he has so many facets to his game. He can pick and choose what he wants to do. If he wants to come out and be very aggressive on the defensive end, he's able to do that. If he wants to come out and facilitate for others, he's able to do that. And then if need be, look for his own shot, get his own offense going. He's equally adept at doing that. So, he's definitely a triple threat out there on the floor.
Yeah, no doubt. He had a great game. Keegan was great. And Keon Ellis, what can we continue to say about this undrafted man who has just made his way into the Kings lineup in a big-time way?
Keon Ellis is the poster boy. For every young man that's aspiring to be in the NBA, to, want to come out here and do this job and, working on your basketball game, he is the poster child of the harder you work, the better you're going to get and the more exposure you're going to get. Keon Ellis wasn't even drafted. Didn't come out in the first, didn't come out in the second, was a free agent. Started out in the G League, had to bounce around a little bit. Had to go to summer leagues and work hard, put in the time, put in the effort. And then, somebody got injured and he got his chance. And the big thing about that, Scott, is that when he got his chance, he took full advantage of it, understanding, not coming out just playing well, but understanding what the team needed more out of him. I'm pretty sure Keon can score a lot more than what he does, but that's not what the Kings needed. The Kings needed him to be a defensive presence. And he came out there and did just that and won that contract.
Yeah, it was amazing. They go from a two-way player playing down in Stockton to getting the full-time contract, and now a huge contributor as the Kings are looking to get back in the postseason for the second consecutive year. And, obviously before Tuesday night, Sacramento was a little bit, I wouldn't say subdued, but still a little bit skeptical. Golden State coming in. We know what happened the year prior. Steph Curry going for 50, beating us in Game 7. I think people still feeling a little scar damage from that, but obviously what the Kings did on Tuesday night, Sacramento's back on fire, believing, thinking that they can really get this done and advance and take on Oklahoma City in the first round.
Oh, well, Scott, I can't say this. I can't go home for like about another 2 weeks until that sting wears off, because all of my buddies mad at me, boy. They hot. They are uber hot. But, hey, rightfully so. Now they know how we felt in that Game 7. Hey, it's the changing of the guards. I said it before. I've said it all year long. Hey, it's the Warriors' last dance.
Yeah.
That they didn't ate their last meal. They got to change. They got to regroup. And, they had a hell of a run. They had a dynasty going. They got 4 of them out of what they were doing. So, for the Sacramento Kings, you're trying to make that next step.
Yep.
You knocked them out. We're in New Orleans, another uphill battle, but it can be done. It's all about how you come out and how focused you are in this game tonight.
No doubt. And about the adjustments, because we know obviously the Pels have had the Kings number 5 straight. We understand that most times a team has beaten another team in the regular season going all the way back to 1996. We get all of that. But maybe Tuesday's a recipe for tonight as well, because the Kings made a lot of adjustments against Golden State, primarily on Steph Curry. They blitzed him. They double-teamed him a lot. They got the ball out of his hands early on, and it was a huge, huge factor in that game.
Well, you know what happened, Scott, is that they did just that. They blitzed Steph Curry, and they tried to, contain the others. Shaq is one of the best at pointing that out. An all-star, a superstar, they're going to get theirs regardless, but it's all about what you do with the others. So, I'm looking at tonight, CJ McCollum is basically a blueprint of Steph, a guy who knocks them down from 3. He's a big-time jump shooter. If they do the same thing, if they can blitz CJ McCollum, but be able to contain the others, be able to really get back and rotate to where the others don't get off, then you put yourself in a great position.
Yeah, for sure. And what's so amazing, the Pels have beaten the Kings 5 straight times, but the Kings slightly favored going into this game. And we understand about the Pels. They've lost 6 straight at home. They've lost 2 to the Lakers. Zion's out. Ingram's coming back from injury. Alvarado's banged up. All of those things obviously are part of the story, but the Kings are in a situation tonight where they still have to get over a hump they haven't been able to so far.
Right. One of those hurdles to where they have to find a way. But, Scott, I honestly think that the blueprint is on, the writing is on the wall because, like I said, C.J. McCollum is just a blueprint of Steph. The others are blueprints of what you have. Now, the one thing that New Orleans do have that really concerns me is that their guard length. They got some big boys at guard. They got guys that's long, guys that can defend, guys that can slide. Golden State didn't have that. So, our guys were able to have their way on the offensive end. It's going to be a little bit of more of a defensive struggle. Valanciunas holds his weight pretty well with Sabonis down in the middle to where, they don't have to double team and they don't have to scramble. So, I think it's going to be a big-time rumble in the jungle tonight.
No doubt. All right, our look back at the last game brought to you by Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. And for the Pels, as we've said, it's interesting because they had all the momentum when they came to the Golden One Center, and it wasn't long ago. It was just last week where they got the big-time win against Sacramento. It looked like they were going to get the number 6 seed, but they went home, lost to the Lakers, and again, losing again to them. They find themselves fighting for their playoff possibility lives as well. And so you're going to get their best game regardless of everything else that's going on.
And see, that's why I say this game is going to be very interesting because both of these teams are playing with their backs up against the wall. So now you've got two cowardly cats backs up against the wall. Who's going to come out swinging first?
Yeah, you got to think everybody's going to come out swinging in this one. You can't hold anything back whatsoever. For the Kings, we always talk about it, but Harrison Barnes, when he gets going early, always seems to be that X factor. He had 17 points against Golden State. He's a guy you want to get going tonight.
A part of the other group, whenever Harrison Barnes comes out and we have an aggressive Harrison Barnes, engaged Harrison Barnes, a Harrison Barnes is trying to get downhill, a Harrison Barnes that's offensive rebound and putting balls back in the basket. Whenever we have that Harrison Barnes, you see pretty much the best possible version of this Sacramento Kings team.
Yeah, no doubt. We'll see if he can get it going early on. And again, off the bench, we'll see how much time Alex Lund plays against, because again, we know the Achilles heel for the Kings is that length and athleticism. And even without Zion, the Pelicans have plenty of it.
Yes, they do. And and it starts from the guard position. Herb Jones is long. And then, you look at Brandon Ingram. Brandon Ingram is long. Some of the guys coming off the bench. Trey Murphy for the third, he's 6'8", and all he does is stand outside and shoot threes. But what happens is that on the defensive end, all of these guys are equally adept at guard. They can slide their feet. They can move. They got long wingspan, and that really poses a problem for the Kings.
Yeah, it does. So the Kings will have to get over the hurdle. Obviously, a lot of momentum, feeling really good about things, but they have a major obstacle tonight if they want to get into the playoffs and match up on Sunday against Oklahoma City. All right, game night's underway. If you want to join us, you can certainly do so. 1-800-920-1140, 916-339-1140. You can text us as well, and you can join us in our YouTube. We'll be chatting during the breaks here. Get your thoughts. We want to hear from you, Sacramento. Big night for the Kings, trying to get back into the playoffs for the second consecutive year. Ride the wave, light the beam, and trying to move on to Oklahoma City. We've got you covered here. It's game night right here. Sactown Sports 1140.
All right, we are live on YouTube.
All right, let's fire this thing up. I know it is buzzing in our chat. What do we got going on there, Kyle?
Some people are talking about they were Amadrock, I think, brought this up right at the end of the last show, which is this idea that Harrison Barnes has a record of 35-13 when he scores 17 plus points in the last two seasons. So It's imperative to get Harrison Barnes going. Also, you mentioned that the Kings were slight favorites going into that game. That's now shifted. So now the Pelicans are slight favorites.
Really?
At this point. That's switched just in the last couple of hours leading up to the game.
That's interesting.
It's kind of neck and neck. I think most.
But it's at most a point, right?
Huh?
It's at most a point.
It's 1.5 is what I see right now.
Yeah, because Kings were 1.5 and then it switched
Which is,
back.
you can't have less than that. So it's basically just, they're saying it's basically a coin toss.
Yeah, for sure. That's interesting. But yeah, no, Harrison Barnes, high flyer, he's key. We always talk about it, but when he's active, and again, the points are one thing, but it's a matter of taking the shots. He's got to get 10 plus shots in this game. He needs to get 5 rebounds. He needs to have a couple of assists. He just needs to be an active body on the floor tonight.
You know what, fellas? Not just Harrison Barnes, but Keegan Murray.
Yes.
If we can get even a half of what Keegan Murray put out there against the Golden State Warriors, the Kings should be in a good position. I keep saying it's the others. It's all about the others. We know what Sabonis brings. We know what De'Aaron Fox brings. But I'll tell you what, when we have a Keon Ellis out there knocking down jump shots, we have a Davion Mitchell being able to break his man down and get to the basket and score. Whenever you get Trey Lyles come in and play a little bit of forward, stretch that 4 out, knock down some threes, those are the guys that we're going to need to be on a consistent basis because Sabonis and D Fox has been there from the beginning.
And that was the same thing with the Warriors game. Like my thought going in was that Steph Curry's great, but it's the others that are going to potentially take down the Kings. You saw Klay Thompson, 0 points. Looney was a non-factor for them. Kuminga got going in the second quarter, but then didn't have much after the fact.
Let's back up. Curry wasn't great on Tuesday night.
No, and the Kings had answers for him. Yeah. And I think that's kind of the same philosophy for the Kings going into this game is that Fox can take 25 shots and get you 32 points if that's what you want, but that's not the best strategy, even facing a shorthanded New Orleans team.
No, it's not. I mean, when you look at what Steph Curry did, I'm like Scott. He didn't play great. He played good. He got his numbers. All all-star players are going to get their numbers, but it's huge when you hold Klay to 0, okay? When Draymond hit 2 3-pointers that he don't ever hit, so you really can't even count those, but it was the other guys.
Yeah.
You got nothing out of Wig, all right? GP2 wasn't even on the floor, so you was able to keep the other guys down, and that's why the Kings won that game.
No doubt. All right. What else is being said in the chat?
So real quick, I know we like to do the around the league later on in the show, but they just went to halftime in the Heat and Bulls game.
Yeah.
Bulls scored 37 first half points, shot 27% from the field as a team in the first half.
You say that as if you're surprised. I mean,
not against Miami.
We all know the Heat are going to roll tonight. I mean, that's really almost a non-game.
Even without Jimmy, it was that's just a testament to how down the Bulls were this year. That even without Jimmy, we
Bulls
still feel
terrible.
like the Heat are going to roll.
The Bulls have been terrible all season long.
Kyle, it is a thing called heat culture. I almost don't go against that the same way I always don't bet against black.
Yeah, I totally get it. And
heat culture is a thing.
Absolutely. And you're seeing Jaime Jaquez is having a great first half. They just keep finding guys here. We're about to come back.
All right.
Here. We can talk about it a little bit later.
Brought to you by Tuck Shed, new Dawn treatment sensors, and Raising Cane's chicken fingers.
Welcome back into Game Night right here, Sactown Sports 1140. Hope you're starting your weekend. If you're out there getting off from work, driving around, we've got you covered right here. Big night for the Kings, taking on the Pels, trying to keep their season alive, trying to get into the playoffs, trying to become that 8th seed to advance to take on Oklahoma City. Got to like the matchup with the Thunder. The Kings have beaten them a couple of times, obviously led by 20 last time they were there in OKC, couldn't hold it. But again, an inexperienced team at the 1 seed, but we can't get ahead of ourselves. The Kings have to win tonight. Nothing else matters. Scott Marsh with you here from the Sactown Sports 1140 studios. The High Flyer is in New Orleans at Smoothie King Arena. He's getting ready to be a part of the broadcast in a little bit here. High Flyer, first of all, just catch us up. I know you guys, I heard Jason earlier say that the travel was not the easiest yesterday. What was going on from Sacramento?
Well, you know what? It was a tough part in Sacramento. I guess something happened with the AT&T fiber optic line. It got cut, and it got cut early in the morning. So Southwest and Delta wasn't able to do anything. So they had to check each and every last passenger in by hand.
Wow.
And that took forever. The lines were wrapped around the airport. I mean, when we got there, it had to be at least a 3-hour wait before you even got a chance to check your luggage. Not to get the security, but to check your luggage, right?
Yeah.
And, you know, I walk in and I got all my King stuff on. And one of the porters said, hey, you two come this way because I like you. And they took us right up to the front. checked me and Jay's bags in, and we walked right up to the, right up to security and got in. If that wouldn't have happened, we would have definitely missed our flight, and we would have been another 3 hours. We probably wouldn't have got to New Orleans until like about midnight if we would have got there.
Wow.
We probably would have just been coming in this morning.
Wow, that's amazing. And then I know some flights were delayed too getting in, but crazy story. We're just glad you're there, of course. And I know today you had a chance to get your gumbo. Jay Ross has family that one of the, I forget who it is. Tell me, Jason, somebody in his family owns a restaurant down there, right?
Is Jason Ross's wife's grandmother.
Wow. Okay.
It's Alma's grandmother.
Yeah.
She's the king. I mean, she's the queen of Creole down here.
I love it.
They have no for real. She's a living legend.
Yep.
The king of Creole, and they have a couple of restaurants down here, like #1 restaurants.
Wow.
And believe me, Jason and I went and had it today, and it was great. It definitely was the taste I was looking for.
That's awesome. Oh, what a day, man. That is fantastic. All right. You got set up. All right. I know when we started the show, the arena hadn't opened yet to the public. I know people are just starting to get in. Give us the overall vibe. We know there's some Kings fans down there. Everybody's fired up from the Sacramento side. What have you been able to gather from the New Orleans side so far?
Hey, I tell you what, Scott, it's not the vibe like what we have in Sacramento. From what I've been getting from, just people on the street, and as I walked in and talked to a few people here, is that the crowd has pretty much been down on this team because they've been losing.
Yeah.
First things first, the Saints is everything here. You know that. Who dat?
Yep. And you're right next to the Superdome right there, aren't you?
Right.
Yeah.
Yes. The Saints is #1, and then LSU is #2.
Yeah.
So, the Pelicans are like 3rd on the list, and they haven't been playing good basketball. So, the locals here haven't been too fired up about this basketball team. I mean, it's kind of like lackluster.
Yeah, no, that's amazing. And just some of the ticket prices, we know that lower level seats are under $100. Some cases run around $50 or so. I mean, I can't, us here in Sacramento, we can't even comprehend that. Yeah.
Can't imagine. Because we're a one-trick pony.
Yeah.
And that's the beauty of what we have. And I honestly think that, people in Sacramento take that for granted.
Yeah.
When you have a couple of other professional sport entities, one of them that isn't quite, playing up to what the expectations are, can lose fan base very quickly.
Yeah, no doubt. All right. That's a great setup there. Appreciate all that context. For the Pels, obviously Brandon Ingram is going to be vital tonight without Zion playing. What a massive loss with Zion playing the best basketball of his career in the last couple of months. Ingram's coming back from the knee bruise. He missed 12 games. He's only played the last 2. He's been playing, I think, on a minutes restriction. Certainly did not play late in the game on Tuesday. You got to think tonight for the Pels, he's going to have to play a lot of minutes, and he's going to have his A game tonight.
That's another question that's looming in this arena, Scott, is the health of B.I. Is B.I. ready to be back? Because a lot of people are saying that he still looks hurt out there on the floor. It's like, that's not the B.I. that we're used to seeing. Now, I don't know how well he's going to be able to come out and perform tonight, but they're definitely got concerns about B.I. and his knee, and the same thing with Jose Alvarado because he twisted his ankles. So his ankle has been, swelling up on him big time. As we speak, he's out right now, Jose Alvarado. I mean, taking jump shots in the corner. He isn't, doing anything strenuous, but taking, just really just catch and shoot jump shots.
Yeah, no doubt. That's interesting because he went down a couple of times on Tuesday nights and he got back up. He played. He was great against the Lakers. And again, the Lakers' Achilles heel is when they have a fast point guard. And that's why the Kings have been so good against the Lakers because the air and they have nobody to match up against him. It'll be interesting tonight to see how much he's used, how efficient he is, how much he's able to get up and down the floor. But, I think for the Kings, the recipe is similar to Tuesday night with the Warriors. The Kings want to play with a lot of pace tonight.
Yes, that's the best version of Sacramento, and I honestly think, Scott, that's the version we need out here on the floor as we speak now. The Sacramento crew is coming in. I see John Reinhardt coming in.
Mm-hmm.
I see Martina coming in. The big boss Vivek is over on the other side. I think is that Kevin Nagel sighting? I think
Yes,
it might be.
Kevin Nagel is in the house tonight. So I know
Yeah.
Carmichael Dave is there as well.
Yeah, that might be Kevin Nagel.
Yep.
He has a lot of hair. Is that Kevin? Because I'm up on balcony row, so I think that is Kevin Nagel. He has on a Fox jersey.
Yep.
But the Sacramento Kings crew is starting to roll in. So
nice.
All of our guys are here.
All the dignitaries are there, including yourself. Give us a feel of just the arena itself. I know the arena is kind of one of the older ones in the NBA.
It is, Scott. I had a chance to walk around, and this is another thing. Sacramento Kings fans, tip your hat, because we have a state-of-the-art arena. When I walked them in, and Scott, we get spoiled.
Yeah.
Okay. Because we have Golden One. We go right down the road and we have the Chase Center. Both of these arenas are state of the art. You have beautiful everything off in here. Honestly, when I walked in here, this arena felt like Arco to me.
Wow.
It really did. It felt like Arco. I'm like, okay, we got mismatched seats in here.
Yeah.
Okay. The lofts are very, very dated. You only have the seats in there. Matter of fact, they don't even have lofts. They have suites.
Right. Just one level. Yeah.
Yes, just one level suites. They go all the way around. Nothing very exciting. It's like, yeah, they need an update.
Yeah, no doubt. They're looking for a new arena there for sure.
Yeah,
so.
They need an update. But overall, I mean, they put in a new scoreboard. The scoreboard looks good. The view is definitely a decent view. So, it's not one of those things where it looks like a dump. No.
Yeah.
But you can definitely tell it's dated.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Well, we do know that the basketball court is 94 feet and the rims are 10 feet high, so it won't make a difference. Anything that's going on.
All that count, buddy.
There's absolutely no doubt about that. Obviously, the Kings, no Monk, no Herter. We'll get a full injury report coming up. But with Ellis and Davion, it's a different look team. I don't know if it's fair to say better, worse, anything like that, but we certainly can say the Kings are a better defensive team of late. No doubt about it.
You know what, Scott? This is what I can say, too, about this team. Keon Ellis is starting to feel more comfortable. Davion Mitchell is starting to feel more comfortable. I'm not saying that they're going to come out and have Herculean games, but they're feeling comfortable. Keon Ellis is taking the right shot now. Before, he wouldn't even look at the rim because it's one of those situations to where I'm here to play defense. So now he's starting to be able to look at his game offensively. Davion Mitchell's doing the exact same thing. He's running that pick and roll. He's stopping, surveying, and if he has the three, he'll take it. Yeah. And then again, sometimes he comes off the screen and he gets downhill and gets to the basket. We need those type of plays from those guys.
Yep. All right. Obviously, inside, Valanciunas has just been one of the worst matchups against us all season long. He won't have Zion with him, so he won't have his Batman. He's usually the Robin there. But, the Kings inside tonight, what are they going to do to try and at least be competitive on the glass? I mean, we've seen games where, there was one game back at Smoothie King where the Kings were out rebounded by the Pelicans 51-25.
Run, Jason. Excuse me, not Jason. Run, Scott.
Yeah.
Run.
Yeah.
Run. That's going to be the thing that's really going to be able to keep Sabonis away from Valanciunas. You know what? I didn't came to the conclusion. Sabonis is not bully balling Valanciunas.
Right.
He don't have the size. He
No.
don't have the length. It's not happening. The dude is just bigger than him. He's stronger than him. Oh, well, that's part of it. But I know what he can do. I know he can outrun him.
Yep.
And if Sabonis gets that ball off the rebound and start pushing it and lead that break and look more so to going to the basket and scoring, Valanciunas can't keep up with him.
Yep. No, that's what the Kings need to do. Obviously push the pace. And that's what they did so well against Golden State. Golden State looked tired. They looked like a team that was run out of the gym.
They did, Scott. And, it was a part of the pace, the system of how they ran, getting up and down and, getting deflection, getting steals, getting out in transition. That's a big part. That's a huge part.
Yep, no doubt. All right. When we come back, we will take a look at the other game going on. We'll get you caught up on the other matchups tomorrow, but obviously we're focused in on tonight. Kings and Pels, if you want to join us, you can. 1-800-920-1140. The chat room is buzzing right now on YouTube. You can join us there as well at Sactown on YouTube. We want to hear from you, Sacramento. It's our night here, a chance for the Kings to get back into the playoffs. Game night brought to you by Power Business Technology. Experience how the power of family can help your business office equipment needs today. Contact them at 844-POWER-BZ or go to powercopiers.com. More of Game night right here, Sactown Sports 1140.
Alrighty, we are live on YouTube, where most people are talking about our friend Jason Ross apparently being a prince of gumbo. What were you saying? He's royalty to gumbo lineage down in New Orleans.
Yes, he is, and they recognized it too. As soon as he walked in, they were like, "Cousin."
That's awesome.
I was at the family picnic.
That is so cool. Now, you guys are staying near the French Quarter, or right on it. So where was the restaurant in relationship to where you guys are at the hotel?
It was about a 7-minute walk from the hotel.
Okay.
From Hotel Roosevelt.
Yep.
I mean, it's right down, maybe like about 4 or 5 blocks from the arena.
Okay.
It's right downtown. So
that's awesome.
I mean, nice little swanky spot. They had outside dining. Very modern place. Yep. I liked it. I mean, it was definitely my feel. I'm like, oh yeah, this is me.
That is the high flyers place, no doubt.
Yeah, this is me right here.
What's the weather like in New Orleans today?
You know what? It's perfect to be in New Orleans.
Yep.
It's not hot, it's not cold, and it's not humid.
Right. Wow.
So it feels like it's about a good 75, 76, maybe 78, but the humidity isn't there.
Perfect.
So it's not like when you walk outside, you're like, oh my God, I got to take a shower in 2 steps. No, you can walk around with a t-shirt on and be just fine.
That's awesome, man. That is fantastic. And obviously, if the Kings win tonight, the French Quarter is going to be hopping with Kings fans.
Oh, believe me, if they win tonight, not only the French Quarters, but both of the hotels are going to be fired up.
No doubt. Are you guys at where the Kings are at? Or
no, the Kings are in the Ritz, but the Ritz is like right around the corner. From where we are.
Got it. Nice. All right, what else do we have people chatting about, Kyle?
Well, first, Henry, did you have anything else on Heat culture from last time you wanted to mention, or
No, I'm just saying. You have to look at Heat culture, because what did they do last year? I ride with what teams are capable of doing. The Heat was the last one to be in the play-in last year, and they took that thing all the way through. So they are capable. So when you say they got Chicago down, and you have to understand too, Eric Spoelstra and Pat Riley, they won't take nothing but the best.
Mm-hmm.
So they get the best out of their players.
Absolutely. It's just, even without Jimmy Butler, it looks like, I mean, granted it's Chicago, but I was just surprised they look like they haven't missed a step so far. And that's been super impressive with a mismatch of guys right now.
I mean, but Chicago's been terrible this year. I mean, they don't even have a 500 record. They played better towards the end. I understand that.
Absolutely. Chicago and Atlanta, both of them out of here. Please get both of them out of here. Now, but it's just the Jimmy Butler injury.
Now, if Miami happens to continue to win, it's an 8-point game as we talk. I mean, Miami's got no shot this year against the Celtics.
Not without Jimmy Butler. No
shot.
Even with Jimmy Butler, I don't think they're going to be able to do anything with Boston.
With Jimmy, I think they could have gotten a game or two, but without Jimmy, Boston's just got Boston might have the 4 best players on the floor in that series. Depends how you feel about Porzingis, but I mean, Boston is obviously a juggernaut.
I will tell you this. I have been down on Porzingis his whole career in the NBA, but I am on board with him this year as a 4th option. The dude is the best 4th option in the league. He is the X factor to why they're playing so well. I mean, I even like what old man Al Horford is doing, but Porzingis is the guy that's going to get it done for them.
Yeah, for sure. And they have a nice little path to the Eastern Conference Finals, is what I will say, because you've got either Orlando, Cleveland, and then potentially Miami without Jimmy Butler as your first round matchup.
Any path for the Celtics is pretty good.
They're
the best team in basketball.
Equipment, taxes, and other charges extra. After promo, regular rates apply. Actual speeds vary.
Welcome back into game night right here, Sactown Sports 1140. Scott Marshall on with the High Flyer, Henry Turner. I'm here at the Sactown Sports 1140 studios. The High Flyer is at Smoothie King Arena as we get you ready for Kings Live pregame. That comes up at 6 o'clock. Tip tonight, 6:30. G-Man on the call. We've got you covered all night long here on Sactown Sports 1140. Game night, as always, brought to you by Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. Check out their full line of luxury vehicles at mbofstockton.com. All right, Sacramento, where are you watching the game tonight? I know there's a lot of viewing parties going on. There's a big one at Golden One Center. They're opening it up. You can go downtown, check that out. I'm sure there's lots of places happening tonight on a Friday night. Let us know where you are taking in the game tonight. What are your thoughts? This big game tonight, this do-or-die game for the Kings. Survive in advance, winning, go home. All the cliches apply tonight. It's a must-win for the Kings. You know, High Flyer, I hate my least favorite cliche in all of sports is must-win because it's always almost never true. Tonight, it's true. Tonight is truly a must-win for Sacramento.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. You know, it's win or go home. So, you know, tonight you're going to be able to do a lot of judging. You're going to be able to do a lot of grading with this basketball team and all the players on it because, you know, you get to see who's going to step up. This is it. You get to see who got it in them, who don't, who wants to take that last shot, who won't. You're going to be able to have a whole lot of answers after this game tonight.
Yeah, no doubt. We're going to learn a lot here. Again, our phone number is 1-800-920-1140, 916-339-1140 as well. Checking out the other game going on right now. It's Miami and Chicago. The Heat are continuing the lead at home against Chicago. The Bulls have made a little bit of a run, but the Heat's still up double digits in that game. No surprise to me that Miami's going to win. They're playing without Jimmy Butler. They will get Boston if they beat Chicago tonight. And I know the Heat upset Boston last year, but that's not happening this year, High Flyer.
Oh, I don't think so. I mean, I honestly think Boston, they have their eye on the prize. You know, as much as I like Denver, I honestly think that Boston's a better team than Denver.
Yeah, agreed with you. All right, first round playoffs tomorrow. You've got Orlando in Cleveland, Suns and Timberwolves. Of course, Phoenix got a big win on the last game of the year in Minnesota that gave them the 6th seed combined with that Pelicans loss. So the Suns travel back to Minnesota. What do you think about this in a 7-game series between the Suns and the Timberwolves?
Oh, you know what? I would love to say that Minnesota pulls that one out, but the thing that the Suns have is that unknown, and you got Book.
Yep.
You know, Book's leading the way. KD, and the unknown is Bradley Beal. Are you going to get an all-star caliber Bradley Beal? If you do, Phoenix can definitely give Minnesota a run.
I think so, too. That's going to be a heck of a series. I could see that easily going 6-7 games. 76ers and Knicks, of course, Philly beating Miami on Tuesday night. So they get the Knicks. That game opens up in the Garden. The Sixers have Embiid back. The Knicks are without Julius Randle. But Jalen Brunson's been an all-NBA player this year. What do you think about that series?
I like what New York is doing. I really do. I think New York is kind of like our OKC in the West. You know, a bunch of guys that's finally getting together, a bunch of hodgepodge guys that's finally getting together, finding their way and playing good basketball. Now, are they going to be able to pull it out? I don't know, because everything is going to be so new to them, but I like their chances. If Julius Randle is going to be back with them and they fully healthy, I'm riding with them. But if JR is going to be out and he's going to be missing for some time, it's going to be tough.
Yeah, well, JR is out for the year. He had the surgery done.
Oh, he had the surgery.
He had the surgery, yep.
Oh.
So he is done for this year.
That changes a lot.
Yeah.
That changes a lot. So, you know, but that just means they got to dig down just a little bit deeper.
Yep. All right, Lakers and Nuggets open up tomorrow night. The Lakers got swept last year in Denver. I feel like the Lakers can be more competitive this year. I feel like they can get a couple games. I don't think they can win the series necessarily, but I think they're coming in better shape this year.
I still don't think they can do it for some reason. I just don't have that warm and fuzzy with the Lakers. You know, they just barely squeaked by New Orleans.
No doubt.
and then Denver's not New Orleans, and Anthony Davis pretty much had his way with New Orleans. Him and LeBron, they went small. AD is not bullying the Joker. All right. Aaron Gordon is not bagging down from LeBron James. And then the guard play, I honestly think the guard play is better on the Denver Nuggets side. I like Michael Porter Jr. I think LA has nothing for him. We know what Murray brings. I think LA has nothing for him.
That's the best 1-2 in the league between the Joker and Murray. We'll see. Obviously, the Lakers, they had the Pelicans number this year. I mean, it was a great draw for them to get New Orleans the last game of the year and then this play-in game, because just like for whatever reason between New Orleans and the Kings so far that the Lakers, blew out that series 4-1. Obviously, Denver, a different animal. And for the Lakers to win, to get Denver, it doesn't feel like a great prize to be the 7th seed in the West this year. It doesn't feel like you get to play it and you win that first play-in game and your reward is to play Denver. I think anybody would rather play Oklahoma City than Denver.
Why is people just downplaying OKC?
Because they're young. They're young. They've had a great year, but the youth factor, and plus they don't have the reigning MVP. Right. They're not the reigning champs.
You know what? I can roll with you on that. But people and teams are giving Minnesota more respect than they're giving OKC.
Yeah. Well, again, Minnesota's an experienced team with Gobert and Cat.
I tell you what, I still would take OKC over Minnesota because OKC has been playing persistent.
Yep.
They played steady basketball. Yep. They really haven't had too many lulls.
Right. No doubt about it. But could you look at them as maybe being the Kings of this year in terms of a team that overachieved this year? They've got great young talent, but they haven't proved it in the playoffs.
You can always put that out there because they haven't had they don't have the years.
Yeah.
They don't have the veterans out there to say, okay, you know what, we've been here, we've done that. We know what it takes to win when we really have to step it up. I think they'll have that next year, but this year, okay, I see why you could say maybe, might, halfway.
Yeah. All right. The other Western Conference series, Mavs and Clips. This is going to be a great series, I think. It opens up in LA, 12:30 game on Sunday. Who do you favor in this one?
Oh, that's going to be tough.
Yeah. I think that's as evenly a match series as there is in the first round.
Because another thing that falls under that game is the health of the Clippers.
Yeah.
It's Kawhi fully healthy.
Yep.
It's Paul George fully healthy. Because I tell you what, if either one of those guys, they're not at full strength, because Luka and Kyrie seem to have it rocking and rolling. Jay Kidd got them boys playing at a very high level. So, the Clips can't come in half-stepping against the Dallas Mavericks. They might be going home.
Absolutely. And with the Mavs revamped lineup, they probably did the best job of any team in the league at the All-Star break to upgrade their team, getting Gafford, getting P.J. Washington. I mean, they made some great acquisitions. It's a much better team than started the year. So that's going to be a lot of fun to watch as well. All right. We've updated you on all the playoff series. Of course, the one we want to know, who's going to be playing Oklahoma City on Sunday night? Well, it'll be the winner of the Kings and the Pels. When we come back, we'll get you the injury report. We'll get you fully ready for tonight's game. Big Friday night here in our capital city. Game night is always brought to you by the Big Brothers and Big Sisters of Sacramento. Great community cause. If you're looking to help a kid who could use an outside mentor from their household, consider Big Brothers, Big Sisters. Become a volunteer mentor. What they really need is your time and devotion to helping a kid who could use a mentor in their lives. If you feel like you are wanting to serve in this way, please give Big Brothers and Big Sisters a call, 916-646-9300, or visit bbbs-sac.org to learn all about becoming a volunteer mentor. More of Game Night right here, Sactown Sports 1140.
All right. We are live on YouTube. Real quick, you guys were talking about Oklahoma City and their youth, and that being why people are discounting them in the playoffs, which I personally think that they will end up in the Western Conference Finals, but I understand
Why
why.
are you pointing at me, Kyle? I know people. Oh, they can't see that on YouTube. You're pointing at me like Scott.
You
You're
know,
wrong. You are dead wrong. I mean,
No,
you're
I'm
fired up about this one.
just using hand gestures.
No, you were pointing at me. You were like fired up about that statement. The Thunder are young. They've proven nothing.
But how young are they? This is one of my favorite stats. So Rudy Gobert,
OKC is the second youngest team in the league. That's how young they are.
And so the stat is Rudy Gobert has 56 career playoff games.
Okay, how old is Rudy Gobert?
30-something. Let me see.
Okay, but what I'm trying to say is Minnesota's been around in the league a lot longer.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he has 56.
Your number about playoff experience might be more accurate.
Yes. So
potentially
he has 56 career playoff
but
games
he's been
played.
in the playoffs.
Yes. The entire
Big Cat's been in the playoffs.
The entire 8-man rotation
Yes.
for the Oklahoma City Thunder. So they're 8 key players.
It's under 56 games.
It's 20.
Yeah, exactly. That's the point, Kyle.
Exactly.
So why do you feel so strongly that they're going to get to the Western Conference
No,
Finals?
I'm articulating the point. They are one of the youngest teams to ever make it to the playoffs. The only players who have playoff experience are Shea and Luguentz Dort.
You and I are agreeing, but why do you think OKC, knowing that, is going to get to the Western Conference Finals?
That's why I personally think that because Oklahoma City is such a unique team in terms of all the young talent coming together at the same time because of the rebuild that they had and Shea being the singularly great player who is, top 3-4 in the league.
Yeah.
I think in the end it won't matter, but absolutely there is a case to be made for no team this young has ever advanced deep into the playoffs. The best comp I can think for it is like the first year the Nuggets made the playoffs in 2019, where they jumped from like the 9 seed to the 1 seed, and they lost in the second round to, I think, Portland that year. But it's like the best comparison you can point to of a team this young making the leap from we've never made the playoffs before and no one on the team has playoff experience to now we're the 1 seed.
Right. And Henry, you know better than us. I mean, the playoffs are a different game, bottom line. And it's one thing to be great during the regular season, but you've got to learn in the playoffs. And sometimes you got to learn the hard way. And that means, working your way up.
Hey, you do. We can point back to the best team in basketball right now. You can look at the Boston Celtics. They've had those guys together for quite some time, besides Porzingis and a couple other complementary players. But their Batman and their Robin have been there together, and they have been to the finals and come up short. Why? Because they didn't have the experience. Now, they've been there a couple of times, and they have the experience now. That's why you and I are riding that team so high, because they have everything it takes to win a championship.
Yeah.
I think this would be Jason Tatum's 6th Eastern Conference Finals of his career if he gets there, which is kind of crazy to think about. He's been in the league 8 years, and I think it would be 6 Eastern Conference Finals for him. That's pretty impressive. And even the first one when he was a rookie, it was him and Terry Rozier that came within one game of knocking off LeBron.
Yeah. All right. What else is going on in the chat?
A whole bunch of people are talking about Timberwolves and Nuggets.
Here's one. How important is Trey Lyles tonight? Henry, what do you think about Trey Lyles tonight?
He's another one. He's another part of the others that's going to have to pick up his game and really bring something special out there on the floor tonight. The Sacramento Kings are pretty much like any other team. You have your Batman and Robin.
Yep.
We have those. Those are solid. Our others are the ones that's going to have to pick it up. And Trey Lyles is a part of the others.
Yep, no doubt about it.
National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Welcome back into Game Night right here, Sactown Sports 1140, our final segment. But don't worry, we've got you covered all night long. Kings Live pregame at 6 o'clock. Jason Ross, the Prince of Gumbo, will be ready to go with the high flyer. They're well fed, and they're ready to call this one. The G-Man 6:30 will have the actual call of the game. Kings and Pels, it's game number 6 between these two teams this year. And we talk about sports cliches, but there's no bigger cliche than you can't beat a team 6 straight times, right?
Is that a cliche?
I don't know. I'm making it one now.
I was about to say, I haven't heard of that cliche ever.
I don't know, but I hope it's true tonight. I hope it's true.
I hope so too, Scooter.
All right. Time to get you to our injury report. It's brought to you by the Arnold Law Firm, providing justice for you since 1975. If you're injured, call the Arnold Law Firm, 916-777-7777. For the Kings, we know no Monk, no Herter. What would be interesting is if the Kings advance tonight, they do take on OKC Monk, by reports and all accounts, is progressing quicker than they thought. We don't know what that means in terms of his timeline. Normally, his injury is a 4 to 6 week injury. Could he get back for the OKC series? We'll just have to wait and see. Again, we got to get through tonight first, so that is pretty irrelevant at the moment. For the Pelicans, we know their injury situation. No Zion Williamson, got injured late in that game on Tuesday night against the Lakers. He did have an MRI. The MRI says they have to reevaluate in 2 weeks. So he's going to, if the Pels win, he's going to miss a good portion, if not all of that first round series against OKC, and his return to the playoffs certainly uncertain. First of all, Henry, without Zion, first of all, with Tuesday night, do you think the Pels would have won that game against LA?
No way.
No.
Without Zion?
No, what I'm saying is when Zion went out of the game Tuesday night against the Lakers, that game was tied when he made that move with 3:13 to go. Do you think the
Pels
were
making a push?
Yes,
and they were making the push.
Right, they were down 17 at one point. Do you think the Pels would have won that game had Zion been able to finish it?
You know what, Scooter? They had a great chance because when Zion went down, the game was tied.
Yeah, and
he had just made 2 big-time moves to the basket, and the Lakers had nothing for him down there. AD wasn't stopping him getting to the basket, and LeBron wasn't doing nothing but reaching.
Yeah.
So he was having his way.
Yeah. How about the charge that LeBron took against Zion? I've never seen LeBron moved like that before in his NBA career.
Hey, you know what? LB is LB, man. I mean, you have those special guys.
Yeah.
Those once-in-a-generational type players. We've been knowing this since he was 18 years old that he is that guy.
Yeah.
So to see him do something like that, it doesn't surprise me at all.
No doubt. He took a body shot of a lifetime there, but that's LeBron. That's why he's the king for sure. You answered the second part. If the Pels advance tonight, would they have a shot against OKC without Zion? You're saying no chance.
No. Yeah. They need him. You know, I mean, he's a huge part of what they do. You know, he changes their offense. It gives them a different dynamic. You know, it even changes Valanciunas and CJ's game when Zion is out there on the floor.
Yeah, no doubt. And obviously for the Pels tonight, they know they don't have Zion. What's more important to them is what percentage are B.I., Brandon Ingram, and Jose Alvarado going to be able to play at tonight?
I'm looking at Brandon Ingram workout right now. Once again, him, just like Alvarado, they're not doing anything strenuous. I mean, he's moving, you know, but he isn't doing anything at game time speed.
Yep.
Everything is just catch, shoot, maybe one dribble move, things of that sort, but nothing very strenuous like he's really getting ready to go to battle.
Yeah. Well, it'll be interesting to see. Again, he had 2 subpar games against the Lakers, played under 30 minutes in both games. You got to figure tonight, no minutes restriction, all hands on deck for the Pels if they want to win this one. Obviously, for the Kings, we've talked about it. The hurdle tonight is large, even without Zion. Trying to get their first win against this Pelicans teams. We know it's been the worst matchup all season long for Sacramento. So obviously the challenge is very tough tonight.
Oh, for sure. I mean, you know, you're on the road. It's win or go home, and you're going up against a team that's knocked you down 5 times in a row. And not just knocked you down, but knocked you out.
Yeah.
So, yes, it's going to be an uphill battle.
Yeah, no doubt. Now, the Pels have lost 6 straight at home. We've talked a little bit about the vibe and tickets available, all that stuff. Home court advantage really hasn't been that great for the Pels this year, but to lose 6 straight to finish out the year, that's pretty surprising, regardless of what's going on with them health-wise.
Well, that's the thing, too, Scott. I mean, if you want to be fair, bro, you know, health plays a huge part.
Sure.
And when your guys aren't at full staff, and you're still trying to be competitive, you're still trying to win basketball games, it's tough to pull it out, especially down the stretch, because no basketball team are giving away games at the end. Everybody is ramping up.
Yeah, nobody's feeling sorry for the Pels. Nobody's felt sorry for the Kings since their injuries as well. All right, game night brought to you by National Garage Door. Call today for your basketball special, 916-638-4554. We've pretty much covered it all, Henry, but I just want to get your final thoughts. You're there. You're in the field. What are you feeling right now, and what do you think for the Kings tonight?
You know, I think the Kings have a great chance. You know, it isn't an overabundance of Pelicans fans up in here.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you see some purple down there. It's not like you don't have, you know, I see a Weber jersey. I'm looking at a Fox jersey. I see a Keegan Murray jersey. You know, I see a Monk jersey. So, there is some purple in here. It isn't like it's just a straight Red Sea in this piece.
Yeah, no, there is going to be some purple there tonight. A lot of fans from Sacramento are in town to hopefully root on Sacramento tonight. We've talked about pace. We know that's going to be key. Any other X factors or things you're going to be looking for tonight?
No, it's just pace with the Kings. If they can come out and set the tone, set the pace, come out and hit first, that's what a lot of people have been saying about this Pelicans team. Even when the Pelicans have beat us, they're like, if the Pelicans can get out and hit us hard first and get up 25 to 15 in the first quarter, they feel pretty good about it. But a lot of people are saying that if the Sacramento Kings can come in and the first quarter is 28-26, the Pelicans are going to be in trouble.
Yep. All right, Henry, have a great time. Have a great call tonight. Always great working with you, especially in this play-in do-or-die situation tonight.
Yes, sir, Scooter. And let's hope we can keep this thing rolling, bro. I'm not ready to get this up.
I want you going to Oklahoma City next.
All right.
All right, that's going to do it for game night. Coming up next, Kings Live pregame. Jason Ross and the High Flyer are here. Tip tonight, 6:30. G-Man with the call. Keep it tuned all night long. The Kings trying to get into the playoffs for back-to-back years. Keep it tuned. Sactown Sports, 1140.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Elk Grove Honda.
I'm meteorologist Heather Waldman in the KCRA3 Weather Center. Cool this evening with